Nah, you're way too late on the PBS train, Jay.
What are you talking about?
You and your PBS shows.
That's what we're going to be talking about on this.
How am I way too late?
Because you were jamming to PBS stuff. That's what you meant. You know.
No, I was talking about like the shows that I used to watch back then.
Yeah.
Sure. Yesterday.
Just reminiscing.
No. He had to catch up yesterday.
Yes, he had to catch up yesterday.
That's what today's discussion is going to be about, was PBS TV shows. And,
really?
No, I don't think so.
I thought we're
tell you what, I don't.
Our top 10 anticipated movies for 2015.
Oh well.
I don't know if there really is a top 10 anticipated movies for 2015.
I did send you a text saying up to 10, but
yeah, I know you said up to 10, but I'm like, I couldn't even find. I don't know if I can find 10. I can name Age of Ultron, Jurassic World.
That's gonna be awesome.
Mad Max.
Yeah, I've seen the previews to that. Mad Max.
Let's see. What
that's
else?
all right.
I mean, it has more action, I think.
Well, anyways, welcome everybody to the very first episode of the Cosmic Talk podcast. We were having a bit of issue with our videos, so we decided just to go audio for right now. Isn't that right?
Yep.
Yep.
But anyways, so with us here we have, I'm Josh. Next to me is
Jay?
John?
Chris.
the Roamer. Strider.
That's right.
That's right.
Hey, I'm providing your food, so.
That's awesome.
Okay. Gosh, he's just have to rub it in.
You know what? Call me. Call me Vessel.
Call you what?
Call me Vessel.
Vessel? We're not calling you Vessel, Cupcake.
Yeah, call me Chocolate Cupcake. That's my
Chocolate
that's a little
cupcake.
weird. We passed on that, man.
Chocolate Cupcake.
We're not gonna call you that.
We'll save that for when we actually get the video going.
Yeah. Then they will know who you are, bro.
I don't know.
That'd be weird. Chocolate.
That is Cupcake with black sprinkles.
Oh, yeah.
Caitlin does it better. No, but yes.
That's totally awkward.
I know, it really is. So this is the first episode, and it is also the Christmas weekend. How about that?
Sweet, yes.
Well, not the
Christmas
Christmas weekend, but Christmas week.
Christmas week, there you go.
Well, it's our weekend. So.
It's
Yeah.
basically my weekend.
We working all week,
It's
man.
my weekend.
Well,
yeah.
Nice, yes.
Well, this is our day off. They're all of us, so it's
Yeah.
kind of our Christmas weekend.
Ho, 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 and a bottle of rum.
This sounds pretty good. But,
Yeah.
with some eggnog. Sweet.
Hey.
Eggnog.
Who wants to bring the booze?
Hey, you should
Just
have
saying,
told
I was
me,
supposed to
man.
be taking that
I
ho, ho,
do
ho
have some
away.
already.
You have some man already? He
It
has
is not
eggnog.
offensive.
Eggnog.
Santa Claus, like, if you go and say ho, 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 like, people go get mad. I thought they were supposed to be changing it to ha, ha, ha.
I don't care.
That's
Really?
even creepy.
It's ho, ho, ho.
That's
It
even
don't really
creepy.
matter.
Like, that's like pedophiles, like, ha, ha, ha. I'm here in your house. Ha, ha, ha.
It's still. It's a little weird.
It's still creepy.
Yeah, it's
Still
creepy.
creepy.
That actually is more creepier than actually ho ho ho.
Either you can have Santa Claus being a creepy stalker man, or you can have him be the Godfather. Take your pick.
I'm just thankful.
I'll take the
that-
Godfather, thank you very much.
Not that kind of Godfather.
I'm saying
Still
still.
talking about the one walking around with his little cane and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man.
Well, there are three
Which is the
Godfathers.
lesser? Which is the lesser of two evils?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I don't know. So, this has been a pretty interesting year that I've seen so far. A lot of movies came out this year.
I was only. The Hobbit was the one I was looking forward to. I mean, honestly, it was just the movie I wanted to wait and see.
Yeah.
Other ones I'm not sure, questioning. Yeah, of course they might be all right.
Ninja Turtles, man.
Ninja Turtles, no, that
No,
was terrible.
A lot of people was hating on it.
Do not
I
put-
watched it. I gave it
Do
a
not put
chance.
Ninja Turtles in this conversation.
I liked it.
No,
I liked it,
we
man.
will not.
Shane
Okay.
is-
Okay.
There are movies-
Let's do this.
There are movies that are going to be the top 10 movies. There are going to be movies that are the bottom 10 movies, and there are going to be movies that are not even spoken of, and that will be Michael Bay produced movies.
No,
Real
it'll be Michael Bay.
I think they're gonna be good movies.
Yeah, Michael Bay produced movies and Michael Bay directed.
I'm just saying my personal opinion.
Shall not be
Robotic,
named.
My personal opinion, the best movie that I seen this year was The Hobbit, because it was just I was expecting it. I was just excited.
No, I've seen better this year. But anyway, so I wrote down a list here.
Yeah, some CG. Okay, I know it's CG.
You can't argue. He's got a list, man. You can't argue.
Okay,
I have a list. The list does not lie.
Okay, tell me the list.
Okay, so I wrote down a list from the year's beginning to the year's end of my top 10 best films of 2014. And from February to December, they're RoboCop, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Godzilla, X-Men Days of Future Past, Edge of Tomorrow, or All You Need Is Kill, or the now released Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow. I hate that title. It is the dumbest title ever.
Which one?
What title is that?
Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow. I like the original title, which was All You Need Is Kill, because it's based off an anime, or it's based off a manga, and the manga is that name. Anyways, moving forward, next is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
That actually was a good one.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
That was good.
John Wick, and Big Hero 6, and The Hobbit: The Battle of the Five Armies.
Hero 6 was good. I think it was a good cartoonish movie. No, I wouldn't say cartoonish. It's more like
it was for the kids, man.
But it had a good story to it, and it actually had a good twist.
It is an animation.
It's animation, so it was actually good.
Twist.
Oh, you can't see the movie yet. You gotta see it to see what I'm talking about.
Big Hero 6?
It has a good twist.
I've seen that. There was no twist.
It had a bit of a twist.
The twist?
Everybody saw it.
You seen the movie, right?
Yeah.
Of course you've seen the movie.
The twist. It was the professor, the teacher.
Was it a twist? Where you're like,
I think it was a twist.
Oh!
Because I remember a twist is only because they make the other guy look suspicious, and it's actually someone else that they don't think is suspicious. So that's what the movie was about. Towards the end.
Always knew.
When I saw it, I thought it was gonna be the brother come back from life.
That's what and people always thought that someone was gonna he's gonna appear somewhere.
Those were my two options: the professor and the brother.
Yep.
Those who were what I thought.
But I thought it was the guy that they wanted to take the whatever he had there.
I thought it was a decent movie regardless of the plot twist or whatever. I mean, it's an animated film. It's made for kids, so
of course.
Yeah.
And it's based off a Marvel comic.
I think it was really good.
Yeah.
It was a decent movie for what it was. I didn't expect any kind of crazy twist or anything like that.
Story.
The only thing I was looking forward to was the Stan Lee cameo.
Oh man, the Stan Lee cameo.
It just took a little bit too long at the end of the credits. Instead of waiting halfway through the credits, most people are doing these days. You had to sit through the whole credits.
Yeah,
they made him sound like he was a knockoff Nova Corps member.
Kind of. The costume looked that way.
Oh yeah.
The costume looked like Nova's.
Yes.
So.
Was the underwear front and back, inside out, then front and back again, something like that?
I flip it, and I flip it, turn it around. I was like, oh man, nasty.
Hey, it's not that bad when you're desperate, dude. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
You've done that
He
before?
has all that money.
You flipped your underwear before?
I'm not saying I did. I'm saying desperate times call for desperate measures.
Desperate times call for
You wear like the
desperate
white
measures.
underwear, you see like just the dirt of it.
And afterward, that's when you dig a hole and just bury it.
You would be describing that.
Burn it in the fireplace.
There you go. There's one right there.
I think that RoboCop from the beginning of the year was actually a very good reimagining, retelling of the classic story in a modern day type of feel.
I didn't watch it.
Really?
I was not a fan of RoboCop whatsoever.
I
The
grew up
old
with
ones.
RoboCop.
So I didn't go and watch it.
RoboCop.
It's really good. They brought in they brought in one of the Batman actors, one of the old ones. What are you looking? Oh, looking at my trackball mouse.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really good movie. I'd definitely watch it on Redbox. It wasn't worth going to see in theaters, but it's definitely worth going to Redbox to see it. But Captain America, oh man.
That was awesome.
I will actually call Captain America the film of the year.
It was
Really?
great.
Film of the year.
Yeah.
Hey, you know
I
what?
would
I
say
take that. Yep. It was good.
most entertaining movie of the year, Guardians of the Galaxy, hands down.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Film of the year that should actually win an award.
Should have.
Should win an award.
Yes.
Captain America.
Yes, because it's not just a comic book movie. It has a feel of a political thriller.
Yeah.
Story.
I would put it up for, say, best film, probably even best director or directors.
Yes, because there were two directors.
I think it was a phenomenal movie. I was great.
It was a fantastic movie.
Action.
I think it's high time you nominate a
movie
comic book movie
Yeah.
for
Yes.
an Academy Award. I mean, if The Dark Knight cannot win an Academy Award, I doubt
Such a shame.
I doubt they would nominate Winter Soldier, but I would put the Winter Soldier.
Doesn't
up
that
there.
bother you a little bit though? Like these movies that we think are just awesome, like Galaxy. You would think they will nominate that movie. Like it was a good movie, funny action.
It's a good movie, but
Impacting
it's
movie.
nowhere near Oscar worthy.
That's what I think personally. But I think it should at least be an award somewhere.
So I'm like, Guardians of the
For being a
Galaxy,
good movie.
most entertaining movie. I mean, I saw it 5 times in the theater.
Who didn't see it at least 5 times?
5 times. Well, I saw it once, but it was good.
But
I think I saw
as
4.
soon as it came out on video, I saw it 3 times that first day. I mean,
Yeah, I got it on Blu-ray.
such a great movie, but I wouldn't say that it was made as well as Winter Soldier as far as award worthy. I say
Well, Winter
The
Soldier
actors were-
was definitely a bit more gritty than any of the
yeah.
anything we've had so far.
Yeah, I mean the actors were great. I mean it's great comedy. If there's comedy category, I would stick it up there for a comedy category.
What, Guardians of the Galaxy?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
So
Every
complete entertainment. I mean, I'll put it up there for say visual effects and stuff like that. I mean, one of the best visual effects movies, probably outside of The Hobbit. I haven't seen The Hobbit yet, so once I see that, then I'll
Definitely best comedy. Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast.
I
Love
mean,
drafts.
right there in that one, Dave Bautista came into his own. I mean,
Oh, yeah. James Gunn really did a great job directing Batista and using his weaknesses as his strengths.
Yeah, he was really lacking in some of his other movies. What was the other one that he was in? What's that, Riddick?
Riddick,
Yeah, he was in Riddick.
Oh, the newest one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in that, and
Didn't
something
like it
else,
as
and
much.
he was just like, I don't want to see him. I mean, I remember he showed up in Smallville one time, and it was just like, man, come on, just don't do that again.
Wow.
Don't do that again. But I mean, he really came into his own in this character. James Gunn did a good job.
Yes, he really did. Let's see, next up is Godzilla, the King of Monsters.
You know what?
I didn't
I
missed
didn't
that
bother watching that.
I missed it. I
Sure, like he
really
wasn't even in there.
No.
Like towards the you were just teased the whole
Oh
time.
man, those teasers.
Like, oh, he's gonna no, oh, he's gonna and then he finally comes in, doesn't even do anything.
Well, fine.
See, I just it reminded me of Cloverfield. I personally think that's what it reminded me when I saw the previews to the movie.
I couldn't even
You seen
finish
Clover-
Cloverfield.
Yeah, you can't watch movies like that because
I almost got sick. I almost threw up.
yeah, people got sick in the movie theaters, and I can't watch movies
Uh-huh.
that will like the camera view is like seriously not focused.
That
Yeah,
shaky camera.
Yeah, it's like someone like with bad. I would say they do not hold the camera. So if I make a movie, I would think the movie has to be directly seeing action.
Can't stand shaky.
Every
Shaky cam is
Yeah.
not a phenomenon. It is the sign of a bad camera.
the whole idea,
Why is it
personally,
shaky?
I think it's really.
Shaky camera.
I think they're trying to show like a part of like the action and what's really going on, the thrill moment that's happening, like the building shaking, and everyone's looking around. That might be, I would say that's what they're trying to do, to capture you to see. But I think for other people, it's uncomfortable to see a movie that just it's not. That's why I didn't see Godzilla, because it's reminding me of Cloverfield. I mean, it might not be the same movie, but it had the same kind of idea.
It definitely is watching just for Ken Watanabe saying, "Let them fight," and that last 15-minute battle between Godzilla and the monsters, because they do show quite a bit of footage of him fighting the monsters. It's really sweet.
I think that's what they try to do. They try to make it like the old one.
I didn't go and watch it because I'm tired of reboots. I really am. I'm tired of reboots. That's why I didn't watch Ninja Turtles. That's why I didn't watch Godzilla. That's why I didn't watch RoboCop.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was a little bit different.
It was good. No, Spider-Man was
a
good.
little bit different. I did go see that one, but we'll get to that one later because I think it's in a different category. I don't think it's listed as anybody's top 10.
It's definitely in a different category.
So I wouldn't.
But it was definitely a good movie. I would definitely recommend you check it out. Aaron Taylor Johnson, who is actually the Quicksilver in
Quicksilver, and he's also Kick-Ass.
Yeah, he's not a good actor in this movie. He's definitely not he's in the trailers. They don't portray him as the main actor. They portray Bryan Cranston as the main actor. Bryan Cranston isn't the main actor. Supposedly, it's supposed to be Aaron Taylor Johnson, but that's not what the movie's about. Godzilla's supposed to be your main actor.
Oh, really?
I
heard that. See, when I saw the previews first, I saw Bryan Cranston in it, and I'm like,
love Bryan Cranston.
I mean, Breaking Bad. Bryan Cranston, Breaking Bad.
Best
Malcolm in the Middle.
TV show.
I mean, he has. Yeah, his acting skills are just
phenomenal.
Really, really. But but when I found out that he wasn't the main actor in that one, or like the main lead human,
and the trailers built him up that way.
Yeah, and then I was just like, because that was the only thing that was gonna draw me to the movie to go and watch it. But once I found out, oh no, he's not and stuff, and I saw some of the reviews, I was kind of like, I think I'll wait for it to come out on video. But it's been on a video for a while, and I still haven't watched it, so you know.
Watch it late one night.
I'm kind of behind on my my movie watching here.
Watch it late one night while you're drunk. It'll be better.
Well, that doesn't happen.
Well,
some movies make you feel drunk when you watch them.
Cloverfield.
Definitely.
Those type of like
Cloverfield, Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, watch it with those drinking goggles, whatever the cops give you. It'll be much better. Cloverfield will. But anyways, after that, there's X-Men: Days of Future Past.
Horrible movie.
I still think it's the best movie. It's the second best movie after First Class.
No, X2 was the best X-Men movie.
I think so.
In the actual continuity now.
X2 was the best X-Men movie. Days of Future Past, complete mess up. I mean, you could have fixed so much more. I mean, everything. Look, why is Logan now have his bone claws?
Because we haven't gone to Stryker yet.
But the thing is, why are you taking it back that far? Here's how you... This is what I said from the beginning, is how they could have fixed it. Rather than traveling back and forth. Okay, Kitty Pryde. How is she able to travel back and forth between time? I mean, Kitty Pryde never travels back and forth between time.
How does she even have that power?
That's my issue with it, is stay true to the characters and their actual abilities. My whole thing would have been, okay, here, let's fix everything, including the previous 3 movies, all these other movies. Let's fix everything by bringing in Apocalypse. Well, we all know that the next
Apocalypse is the next
Apocalypse. But how I would have preferred them to fix it would have been, here, let's have Forge go back in the past to keep Jean and Cyclops from dying, and then they're in the future. Then they have Cable, so then he goes to the future, brings Cable back, and then Cable. Then you can bring in Cable, Forge, Bishop.
They could
fix all of that.
They could fix it even more in Age of Apocalypse, but we don't really know what they're going to be doing.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know, because I've heard that they are recasting both Jean and Cyclops.
Thank goodness.
So you will have younger versions of them in Apocalypse.
Yeah.
But I just was not a fan. The other thing is, you keep focusing on Magneto as being the villain. In the comic series, Magneto was not the main villain. He was a side villain. I mean, he was a popular character, but he was still a side villain.
He was the main villain and a frenemy.
Main villains: Mr. Sinister, Apocalypse, Nimrod.
The Sentinels.
The Sentinels. Nimrod.
They made
a lot of movies that he was kind of the main character.
He's the main villain in X-Men 1, X2, X-Men 3. I mean, And then you got First Class. He becomes the villain.
Yeah, see, he becomes
The next
villain.
one-
Actually,
villain again.
in X2, I think he's more of a side villain in this one. I think it's Stryker who's supposed to be the main villain, and Magneto's a side
but
villain.
you still have, basically, you're still getting Magneto pushed as a villain and basically trying to be behind everything, which he necessarily wasn't. I mean, he hardly showed up in the comics that often. You know, I mean, even the '90s cartoon series. I mean, you only saw him once in a while.
Yeah.
They actually focused on the other villains and the other storylines.
And I'm not a big fan of the X-Men comics. I don't know why, but I really like the movies a bit better.
I am not a movie fan as far as the X-Men go at all. I'm just hoping.
I mean, I think they do redo all the Wolverine movies.
Yeah,
They've only done one Wolverine movie.
That was that last one. What was it?
The Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
That was horrible. I mean, they could have done a lot better in that movie. I was so confused. I was like, wait, well, I know he never continues. His life is never ending, his story, but it's just I was confused the whole time. Like, what?
Okay, so since we're on the topic of X-Men,
Yeah, X-Men. Let's talk about this X-Men.
Gambit movie.
I don't know.
Channing Tatum. What do you think of Channing Tatum being cast as Gambit?
I'm still on the fence, but a lot of people have told me to watch Foxcatcher, and that would change my opinion. I still have to see Foxcatcher.
Okay, so let's say we watch one Channing Tatum movie. Which is
22 Jump Street.
Okay, now let's watch.
Terrible. And G.I. Joe.
Let's watch a lot more of Channing Tatum's movies. Okay, you got G.I. Joe, you got The Eagle, you got Step Up, you got 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street. What's the other? What's the one he's in?
Fighting.
Dear John.
The Fighter or Fighting?
Fighting.
Dear John.
Whichever
Dear
one
John.
it was, Dear John. I mean, and then what was it? Every single one of his
Magic
movies.
Mike too.
Magic Mike.
Yeah.
I'm not watching that, but
everyone. No, I haven't seen that one. I hope none of y'all have seen that.
I've not seen
I was
Magic Mike.
I'm questioning a few of you guys.
Magic Mike does not. Do not watch Magic Mike.
Heck no.
What is this movie you speak of?
But
Check it out. I'm ready.
but it's the same thing. Channing Tatum plays Channing Tatum in every one of his movies.
That's not true. Because in Fighting, he was a fighter. Step Up, he was a
Fighting.
dancer.
That
He
movie
a
was
dancer.
terrible. You talking about the movie? He trying to get money to
Yeah,
fight.
I'm saying he's a
That
different
was-
character.
We mean
he was
he
grungier.
plays himself as a character.
Okay.
Nah, in Fighting, he
Greatest
was
example that I
grungier.
think have as an actor that can be any role, Desmond Washington. He could be any type of role and still be himself and still pull it off.
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum cannot do that.
Channing
Okay,
Tatum
let's go back.
That's my opinion.
He is this generation's Nicolas Cage.
Which is not good.
No,
Let's-
no.
okay, let's go back to
Nicolas
the.
Cage.
This is disrespectful, man.
Let's go back to one of the two unnameable X-Men movies, Origins. The actor who played Gambit in that
Taylor Kitsch.
he could have been good if he had a better script and portrayed the character much better.
I like him. He's he did a good job in John Carter.
Spears, rough.
Like John Carter.
Great actor in
was a good movie.
Friday Night Lights.
You like John Carter?
Friday Night
cried.
Lights.
I
love John Carter.
You know, Friday Night Lights, great TV show. You got a bunch of actors who came out of there. I mean, you got Jesse Plemons, who shows up in Breaking Bad. Taylor Kitsch out of there. A lot of these guys. I mean, even what's his name? The new Johnny Storm. First shows up in Friday
Jordan
Night
B.
Lights.
Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. Thank you.
There you go. He goes. He shows up in the last 2 seasons of Friday Night Lights. I mean, all these great actors and stuff, but I would say I don't see why they didn't keep him as Gambit because he's more of a Southern boy than Channing Tatum is. I mean, Channing Tatum doesn't look anything like a Gambit.
Okay, my thing
No.
is, so they basically
He
grabbed,
definitely needs to hollow out his face for me to see him as Gambit.
So the new movie is gonna have Tatum playing Gambit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they didn't use the other guy.
No.
See, that's what I'm confused with because they would think they would have to use the same guy, played a good job at it.
Yeah.
Personally, I think he did a good job. Whoever the guy, I don't even know the guy's name. What was his name?
Taylor
Okay, I didn't know who the guy was, but I think he did a good job. Now, was it a short movie for me? I didn't see too much of Gambit in that movie, I think his role in there was kind of.
I think I watched
He was probably in the movie maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I cannot stand because that was actually one of my favorite ones. I just can't see why they didn't just have him.
How about let's end the X-Men talk on a high note.
Okay.
Deadpool.
Yes!
Deadpool is gonna be awesome.
Attaboy, Ryan.
Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds confirmed to play Deadpool.
Of course.
I'm like, who else was there?
Ben Affleck.
No one.
Yeah.
Ben
no one.
Affleck cannot do that.
Please, no.
No. Ben
No.
Affleck is Batman.
No, not even Batman. Ben
Yeah, you-
Affleck is... No, Ben Affleck's Daredevil.
Why would you even bring Ben Affleck up in a Deadpool conversation?
Oh no,
man?
my bad. Let's just scrap that. Yeah.
Scrap it. We're not. We're gonna keep going on that.
don't
Ben
go on it.
Affleck.
No, we're gonna scrap it because we had to pause it to talk some sentences over here that Ben Affleck is not a very good actor.
Well,
He's really
He
not.
is the best, one of the best
Have you seen-
of our time.
he wasn't a good.
He's
He wasn't a
good.
good actor in Daredevil.
terrible
Have you
actor.
seen
That
Argo?
was 10 years ago.
Argo is good.
Alright.
Town is good.
Alright.
He is a good director. He is way better director
Definitely a good director.
than he is an actor.
But right now, I really want to see how he does Batman
He's at
because
his
that
prime.
will
I do not.
that will definitely show how much of a better actor he's gotten since Daredevil.
I
Okay, Daredevil.
do
that
not
was
want
just-
to
that was
see
great.
anything that has to do with any DC movies whatsoever because I think they have just completely ruined the DC universe with
Well,
all
we
their
won't.
movies.
I don't think we'll have to talk about DC movie, live action movies until 2016.
Yeah, let's do that from a year from now or so
we're
on
still
or whatever.
alive.
So you know,
if we're still alive.
Yeah.
We will
Survive till 2020.
what we can talk about would be like DC's TV shows
And they're
Animated,
animated
films.
movies
and their
too.
anime movies. They have all those right.
Yeah.
But let's.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dark Knight was probably the best movie ever, man. Like,
Yeah. Well.
I mean, action packed. It was great, but I don't know what happened. I just this whole change of.
Oh
acting.
man, dude, by bringing up Ben Affleck, we did not end X-Men on a high note.
My bad. We got
I'm just saying.
So we want to restart X-Men.
Ryan Reynolds Deadpool.
No, it
Yes.
depends on how you
Best.
read it, though. Yeah.
Teaser trailer or test footage. Awesome. Yes.
I haven't seen it yet.
PG-13.
I've
That
not
was
seen it.
PG-13. No blood. One or two curses, but
Oh, you're talking about for
They're allowed
Deadpool?
to say, like,
They'll
five
make it
F-bombs or something.
they'll make it a PG-13 movie just so they can bring in more revenue. I don't think it needs to be rated R. I mean,
it doesn't need to. It can if they want, but it doesn't need to.
it can, but I'm just.
If they
I don't
want
think
to, if
they
they
would.
want to portray Deadpool even better, sure.
Well,
That'd be weird.
depends on which
Yeah.
which story arc they go with as far as Deadpool. You know, whose writing
Mhm.
they go with and stuff. So.
Maybe Earth 616 or something.
I'm just hoping that in the movie
they
Deadpool-
drop
well,
fourth
well,
walls
yeah,
every
I-
The
I'm
5
whole
minutes.
time.
I'm just hoping they do what they do in the comic. Like he knows he's a comic character.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he goes and be like, yeah, I'm just a movie actor, or I'm just a movie character, or I'm just a comic book character. I would love to see that in the
Yes,
movie.
my name is Ryan Reynolds and I'm playing Deadpool.
I would love to see that. I mean, that's one of the greatest things in the comics because he sits there, I'm a comic character, and everybody's looking at him like, this dude
Who are you talking
this
to?
dude's off his rocker, man. I would love to see that in the movie.
Yes, they better do that.
Like make him like weird,
My man.
right? Just the whole
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be like kind of out of his.
Yeah, just fix what Wolverine Origins messed up. You know,
Oh.
make him an actual.
Oh,
make him
my
the actual.
goodness. That was supposed to be
Actual
Deadpool.
Deadpool. Yeah.
Make him the actual Deadpool.
Was that a Deadpool?
That was not Deadpool.
Rumors that I'm hearing is how they're going to fix that will be that they're going to say it was weapon. What's the some obscure number like?
They better.
2.
Yeah, weapon 2 or whatever. Something that doesn't even exist. So they're
Weapon
gonna-
A.
just so they can fix it and actually bring him back as actual Deadpool rather
Mhm.
than being like. I've heard that as a rumor that's what they're going to try and do is just say, oh, that was just weapon whatever, so now here's the actual Deadpool.
Okay.
That thing over there was just a trial, a test run, and, you know, he just got owned by Wolverine, and, you know,
Nah.
this whole sword in the arms kind of thing didn't work. I mean, how do you even bend his arms?
I have no go.
After Days of Future
That was
Past,
very
they pretty
bad.
much rebooted everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, it all started over, so none of that stuff was.
So, The movie that came after X-Men Days of Future Past was one that barely anyone went to see, Edge of Tomorrow. That was a really good movie. Have any of you seen that?
Yes.
No, I've not seen that.
I really enjoyed that movie.
It
I've seen
was
previews,
one of the
but,
best movies to be adapted from a Japanese manga
Yeah.
that I've seen so far.
I enjoyed the movie. I know a lot of people are not, Tom Cruise fans.
A lot of people
these
say that
days,
it's
or-
like Groundhog Day, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada.
Well, what else is original? I mean,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Everybody praises all these movies that come out, and none of them are original. Hancock's not even original.
Of course it's not!
No.
No.
Don't put your Hancock up in this conversation.
Hancock was dusty.
That's a manga or something.
Hancock has that
What's that
Hawkman, Hawkgirl type story.
Yeah,
That story was.
it really does. It's
Confused
pretty
me
much
a bit.
it's a knockoff of the Hawkman. It really is.
Really wanted to make
Even
a
when
part
I
two.
went back and looked in comic, whoa, hey, they did that's the same
Yeah.
thing in Hancock.
Hey, besides, we're supposed to be talking about Edge of Tomorrow here. Not Hancock. So, I know a lot of people are not Tom Cruise fans these days, but I love Tom Cruise.
Personally,
He is
Hey, in my opinion,
he's an
hold on.
amazing actor.
My personal opinion, I think he's making better movies now that he's older. Does it make sense? Like, I think he's making a lot better
It makes a
movies.
bit of sense,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
Some
I think
movies are,
something
yeah.
about him making movies now is improving. I think yes, his
And I do think next year he's coming out with Mission Impossible 5.
Yeah,
Five,
Mission
so
Impossible 5.
that's actually Mission Impossible 4 was actually a good movie.
Yeah.
That was
It was-
awesome.
it
So
was a
was,
pretty
so
good
was number
movie.
3.
That was a good movie.
No, I
I've seen that.
I think number 3 was better than number 4, personally.
I think 4 was good for me. I think
I still need to rewatch number 2.
better than James Bond. I think
Well,
right now.
reason being that
Some
I
James
like number
Bonds.
3 better than
Hey,
Now,
number 4.
hold on now, buddy. James Bond is the spy.
Well, hold on now.
Well, hold up.
Spy kids.
It depends.
Depends what you're saying. Now.
He's
Who are we
the
talking about?
British spy.
Which James Bond?
The
are we
last,
talking about?
the last one.
Daniel
I think-
Craig?
Daniel
You talking about
Craig.
Daniel Craig? Daniel Craig is a phenomenal James Bond.
Yeah, I think he did a good job in that movie.
The greatest.
Daniel Craig and Sean Connery.
That's it. That is James Bond. Other than that, I don't know who these other guys were that try to portray some British spy. Okay,
Sean
so-
Connery, man, we're going to get into James Bond a bit later, but Sean Connery is smooth and Daniel Craig is badass.
He's the brutal.
He was
James
kind of.
Bond.
Yes.
He was kind of.
He's more action-packed than Sean Connery was, I think.
Yeah.
He got the job done in those movies.
However, I have only seen one Sean
But
Connery
that
James
is
Bond.
the conversation for later on.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Come on,
Edge of
man.
Tomorrow.
You
No,
keep
no,
like,
you're the one who got
rabbit
it.
trails,
Rabbit
dude.
trails.
Rabbit
No,
trails.
I think it was him. Which one of you
It was
was the
him.
James Bond?
It was him.
Nah,
Jay.
man. Nah,
Cupcake.
John,
Stop it.
I didn't even watch him. How can I bring it up when I didn't
No,
watch
I only brought up.
Yeah, that's
how-
right. Fess up to your screw ups.
I only fess up. I say that Tom Cruise is making better movies now that he's older. That's what I said.
Yeah.
And then y'all brought up
See,
other movies.
Jay
That's
goes
wrong
and
with
says something about because we were talking about Mission Impossible, still talking about Tom
Mhm.
Cruise, and Jay goes and brings up James Bond.
I didn't even bring up James Bond.
He did.
I didn't say anything
Come
about
on.
James Bond.
No, I say I
See,
brought up James
even
Bond.
this argument is rabbit trail. Man.
So I
Let's
think
get back to-
the adaptation from the actual manga to the big screen is a pretty big leap because for Edge of Tomorrow they did a pretty good job changing the actual alien robots, their looks, because in the manga they're like giant eyeball thingies. In the movie they're just organic robots type
Yeah.
thing. Some look like dogs.
I enjoyed the movie.
It was.
I thought it was an enjoyable action flick. I thought it was one of the better action flicks of the year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
However, it was probably one of the number 2 in my least favorite theater experiences because in the back row people were chatting up a storm and I shut up, people, leave, go to a cafe.
There was probably one in the movie theaters there.
I hate when people talk.
I
during
actually
movies.
didn't see it
when
in
they
the
try to
theater.
talk
I
to
missed
you.
it in the theater, but
I saw it on DVD.
no, I rented it when it came out.
Yeah, I remember
so.
that day. I fell asleep for half of it, but it was a good movie though.
Yeah, he kept falling asleep. I was
Well,
just
is it
like,
tomorrow?
I was tired,
Yeah.
man. It was a long day.
I still I see
Jay,
reviews.
Jay.
I had a lot going on, man.
that was a long day. You
Stressful
weren't
times,
working
man.
yet.
I
You
was
weren't
stressed
working
out.
yet.
I was applying for jobs, man. I was stressed.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Man, but I'm making games now, man.
Yeah, what's your next movie you got there?
So the next movie on my list is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
You know what?
It's
I was told that it's better than the first one, but I think the first one was good because it kind of made the second one better.
Well, yeah, it does
That's
come
why
off of the hype.
You always
gotta
watch always the first one. Now it's way better than the one that Mark Wahlberg did.
Timber.
That
yeah.
was the worst movie. That was terrible.
Okay, why would you stick the woman in the spaceship and let her go off, and you kiss a monkey?
Yeah,
monkey.
Hey, the monkeys,
The worst Mark Wahlberg movie.
That was terrible.
Definitely the worst.
I think you might not be a fan.
No.
monkey
It's not the worst. Transformers 4 is the worst.
No, that's a little
Hey,
better.
man, Michael
That's
Bay did good for
debatable.
himself.
That's
That's
debatable.
debatable.
He
Yeah,
called pecans pecan, and he's supposed to be from Texas.
That's true. He did say
I
that.
call him pecan.
Man,
I call
what
no, we
what
call
part
him
of Texas
pecans.
is
That's
she from,
true.
man?
That's true.
Pecan, pecan, tomato.
Hey,
Out of
look.
here.
Look.
Okay, well, which
Great.
movie were we on right now?
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
I
love-
love the Apes.
I love
I'm
Andy
kinda-
Serkis in the movie.
Yeah, I'm a little indifferent to the movie. I mean, I love Andy Serkis. He portrays Caesar really well. I liked how, Caesar's kind of got this back and forth between, well, do I hate the humans? Do I help the humans? Do I,
Yeah.
he's got this battle on inside and stuff. I like that aspect of the movie, but I kind of wanted to know what happened to James Franco's character.
That was questionable for me.
Supposedly he died sometime.
Yeah, I would have liked to see maybe flashbacks or something. Here, let's explain.
Okay.
Let's go into a little bit more detail because
I think James Franco did a pretty good job in the first movie.
yeah.
I don't know what happened to him making this interview movie.
I'm not a big James Franco fan.
What happened there, man?
But I thought he was decent in this in
the first movie?
in the first Planet of the Apes movie. I liked it. But this one, I'm kind of like,
It's all right.
It was okay. It wasn't a great movie. It was.
Well,
okay.
no, hey, I think they
pretty
have
good, yeah.
this one has more of the action and there's something going on more.
It definitely had a bit more action in this one
That's
than
very true.
the last one. But
So you light up an egg over there.
I didn't care. They portrayed that what's his name? Jim Gordon from Dark Knight. I forget his name.
I did not like his character.
What was the actor? What was his name? I forget what his name is. I'm drawing a blank.
Just call him Jim Gordon.
Everybody knows who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
Jim Gordon. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know.
Mustache.
Fine, we'll call him Jim Gordon. Yeah, they in the trailer I think they portrayed him as the main villain, but he's not the main villain. It's Koba, his right hand man, or Caesar's right hand man.
I didn't think they portrayed him as a villain in the.
Or they portrayed him as an antagonist.
I didn't get that from the previews. I got him as being like from the previews. I almost thought that they were portraying him as like the hero, but I don't know.
But after that, we got Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's gonna be Chris's conversation.
So Chris, take it away.
Take it away, Chris.
Since you've seen it 10
Like
times.
a million times. It to me, I didn't know
How
anything
you gonna
about.
pass it to him? Then
Hi,
you start
Chris.
talking?
How you doing? I didn't know you changed voices.
Go ahead, talk, Chris.
I got an
That's
opinion.
okay.
I got an opinion. I think personally, it was a really good movie in the sense of making me understand the story. Because at first, when I first saw some of the movies that was portraying to this part, I think leading up to this, I was confused. So I'm glad this movie made everything clear for me to understand the whole story.
Mhm.
I think they did a good job making me understand and capturing where I didn't understand the movies in the past. Like the whole, the little egg, what everything was.
Yeah. One of the
Before we go on to Guardians of the Galaxy, back to Planet of the Apes.
Okay,
so we
fine.
don't look like a bunch of noobs or sound like a bunch of noobs. Gary
Even
Oldman.
though we are.
Gary Oldman.
Thank you.
That's his name.
Night.
He's British, by the way.
It's
So-
British.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Jim Gordon.
I don't want these people being like, here, let's comment on this.
He
You
got him,
bunch of noobs. I mean, who is going to watch this or listen to you all? You bunch of noobs
Dumbass.
sitting here trying to talk about movies and everything. You can't even name an actor. Okay.
I didn't know his name.
There plenty, though.
I knew the actor. I was trying to blame.
How many
Judge me.
people you put in movies that you have no idea who their name is, and you see it be like the third movie in your life, like, who is this person?
Great, now we're criticizing our own
What
podcast.
happened to the good old days? What happened to the good old days? Like 60 years ago, where Charlton Heston was in every single movie.
Yes. However, I don't think we're ever going to get this current series of Planet of the Apes up to the Charlton Heston Planet of the Apes. That's never going to happen.
No, it's not going to. I don't think that many people are going to get into it as they were back then.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think people are as into sci-fi, right? Well, let me correct that. Hollywood
Sci-fi.
is not into sci-fi right now. Everybody else is into sci-fi. I mean, look at the movies that have done really well. The movie we're on right now, Guardians of the Galaxy, the top-grossing movie of the year.
Oh my gosh! Yes. What was the
Sci-fi
box
all the way.
office? A bit. $1 billion.
It was pretty close. I'm not sure what the count is now.
It's not. Oh no! 1 million. It actually even I heard it actually passed Iron Man as being the top-grossing
But I never liked Iron Man anyway.
series starter
Iron
or
Man.
franchise starter, because Iron Man was some X number and Guardians of the Galaxy went above and beyond that number.
Yeah. I mean, the digital copies for the movie, the digital release of the movie was better than most other movies that have been released. So
One of the two things I didn't care for about the Guardians of the Galaxy movie actually is the backstory for Rocket Raccoon. In the movie they make him an experiment, but in the comics he's an actual alien.
I let it get warm.
Well, he's experimented
Yes.
and made into
Wow. Okay.
he is still an
Which is
alien because they show him when they have them in the lineup and you see the little thing pop up.
Yeah.
It talks about him being like an unknown alien race or whatever. So I
Yeah.
don't think they list him as a raccoon because he can still talk and everything before they do the experiments
Yeah, see?
and stuff. So
genetically modified.
I think that he was just genetically modified. I don't think they were
Yeah.
listing him as a regular raccoon.
What do you think of Cooper playing his voice?
I liked it.
Yeah, it was good.
I really liked it.
I thought it needed to be a bit more raspy and maybe actual accent. Maybe
Nah, it was fine.
I think I'm comparing it to the cartoon version that I've heard so many times.
I'm not a fan of the cartoon version of it. Marvel's lacking on their cartoons. So
Yeah.
I thought Bradley Cooper did a great job. I really enjoyed it.
Vin Diesel is.
I think Vin Diesel outperformed
outperformed
Bradley Cooper on the voice.
Though I
front,
wish they
but,
had
you know,
more I'm Groot
So
than
many
that.
I was okay with it because you can't just sit there and do I am Groot this whole time. And I mean, I think he covered it when he goes. What? How many times did he say it was the 92nd, 87th time or whatever, or however many times when they're walking through the prison, and then Star-Lord's all like, "Yeah, you said that," and then he's like,
Yes,
however many times, you know.
He's limited to the number amount of words to I and am and Groot, specifically in that order.
But no, I'd say Guardians of the Galaxy most entertaining movie of the year.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I laughed the whole time.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 comes out 2018?
18.
No, 2017.
What's that? Damn.
May something
That's a long time.
2017, I think.
Yeah, it was 2017.
I'm pretty glad. I'm glad that something was
Talking about the exploration of Peter Quill's father.
I think it's actually 2016.
Yeah.
Wait, what's next year?
That'd been 16.
It's
no,
16.
I'm pretty sure it's 17. Next year's 15, so Age of Ultron comes out, plus Ant-Man. Year after that is going
Toy
to
Story.
be
Captain America Civil War.
it's Captain America Civil War and
2017.
Ragnarok.
Okay. Yeah.
And Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, it is 17.
So it's 2017.
And then after 17, they're going to put 3 movies out a year, I think.
Yeah. They gave us the list.
Any thoughts on who Peter Quill's father is going to be?
Well, it's not going to be the Emperor anymore, because in the comics, his dad was an emperor of an ancient
Jason,
race.
Yeah, Jason of Spartax. Yeah,
I think so.
Spartax.
So now, I think the biggest theory is that it's going to be Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
Face like an angel.
Yeah. I mean, the references with face like an angel, and then being like saying that he's not completely Terran.
Mm-hmm.
The only real sentient type being out there that I can think of in this would be Adam Warlock, who looks like an angel or anything like that. I mean,
though we don't really know how he's gonna look in the movie, but
it better look like that. 'Cause that's how he, I mean, come on, it's Marvel. They have been the most accurate in their movies so far and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but you do get the references even more with Adam Warlock with his cocoon and stuff. I mean, you see it twice.
Yes, first in Thor: The Dark World, the first post-credit scene. Yeah.
Yep, the post-credit scene when they go and give it to the collector, and then this one you even see it open. After the explosion, it's sitting in the background.
I actually looked for that when I watched it again back at my house. I could not find it.
They'll actually cut some scenes shorter when they put it back onto the video, but it's in the background of the room. You can actually see it. It's kind of blurred out, so you can't really.
Okay, that'd probably be why.
It's not noticeable. It's not something where it's like, oh, look, but
like, hey.
It's a hidden Easter egg.
But then you basically also have to assume after that type of explosion, I don't think Adam Warlock's going to be in his cocoon anymore.
Freaking Howard the Duck.
I thought it was funny. I thought that was funny. I didn't expect them to try and link this in with any of the other MCU movies yet.
No. When I first watched it down in Austin, when I saw that, or when that post-credit scene came up, I stormed out of there and rage quit that so bad. Everyone was laughing.
I'm not a Howard the Duck fan or anything, but I still thought it was funny that he would be in the collector's collection.
And Marvel is coming out with another series for him.
And they are going to do a Howard the Duck comic series again.
A freaking Avengers crossover.
I don't think they're doing that.
Look, that's your father. Howard the Duck.
No.
Your father is Howard the Duck.
Just stay in your corner and be quiet.
Peter, I am your father. No!
Face like an angel, huh? It must have been the feathers.
Your face ain't like an angel, it's like a duck.
Oh, well, anyways. Great movie, probably the best of the year.
Like I said earlier, I think it was one of those movies that just made me understand the story better. I think movies that make you understand the story.
It did a
lot. And before the
Did
movie came
a-
out, just about no one's heard of Guardians of the Galaxy except us noobs.
Well, I mean, he calls nudes or nerds,
I was
Yeah,
there, kinky,
sweaty
Urkels.
I became the last minute guy, but I think it was a pretty good movie.
I thought it did a good job explaining who Thanos was, also basically giving a glimpse of Thanos and who he is, who he could be.
It was beautiful.
Because a lot of people at the end of Avengers were like, well, who is this guy?
At first, I thought it was a Skrull.
I mean, I knew who it was right away. I was just like, oh! I was completely geeking out because I'm like, who else could be commanding this type of army and stuff like that, So, and then of course, I mean, you've already got all the different stones or gems, whichever one you want to call them.
Yeah.
I think
in this
so. Yeah. I mean, you put two and two together, it's got to be Thanos. So I thought they did a good job of basically showing him there and also giving him that intimidation factor. I mean, when Ronan goes up to his throne and he's like,
and he kills the other.
just calling him boy, and he's like, no, I'm tired of your politics.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm like, wow, that's intimidating. So
yeah,
I thought they did a good job introducing him. I'm looking forward to seeing more of him in the next few movies to come.
Yeah, because he's definitely going to be in the next few movies. So I've heard.
See that clip of him with the
Infinity Gauntlet? Yeah.
Yeah,
Did that
when they're
Marvel.
releasing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Josh Brolin at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin comes out.
Where's my rose?
Yep, he's got the gauntlet and eats the rose.
He's
Yeah.
the rose.
So, I
Robert
enjoyed.
Downey Jr. is definitely soaking in Tony Stark.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, see Guardians of the Galaxy, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Have you seen John Wick,
No.
or have you heard of it?
John Wick is the Keanu Reeves movie, right?
Yeah.
No, I have not seen it. I heard it was one of his better movies.
Keanu Reeves is back.
I heard it was one of his better movies since The Matrix.
Keanu Reeves is back.
Okay.
Yeah, his best movie in a long time.
I was hoping last year 47 Ronin, or actually that was the beginning of this year, I think. I was hoping 47 Ronin was going to be his.
I think that actually was last year.
Yeah, that was last year. It was the end of last year, I think. I was hoping that was going to be his
coming
movie.
of age.
Yeah, his next comeback movie, but it was a big disappointment.
Yeah, I've heard that about a lot of people.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, definitely a good movie. Watch it. It should be coming out. Should still be in theaters. So see it if you can, or wait till it comes out in the Redbox or Walmart or Dollar Theater.
Digital. I'll just buy it.
Sure.
Xbox. There you go.
Sure, whatever. Then we got Big Hero 6.
Good movie.
Good movie. I think it was pretty good.
Definitely a good movie.
Yeah, really good. He gets a 6.
Out of what?
Out of 10?
Yeah, out of 10.
I give it an 8.
You know what? Yeah, I should bump it up.
Family-friendly movie.
8.
Definitely family.
8.5.
You know,
8.5.
Family-friendly movie, entertaining.
Definitely good origin story.
I mean, if it is not a Pixar movie, I'm not going to put too much stock into it or expect it to be something phenomenal or great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only movies I go to see that are animated that I expect to be great are the Pixar movies.
And Pixar is on one of the lists here that I forgot to put. Yeah. So Big Hero 6 was a definite good buy from all of us.
I think it was really
a good movie.
It was a good movie, yeah.
So, yeah.
Took my sister to see
I'd
it.
say I'd give it a 7.
Yeah, it's definitely good for like.
They could have done a few things more or tweaked a few things, but definitely was a good movie.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't mind if they didn't go for a sequel and just went for a cartoon series like they did with How to Train Your Dragon. But that's just me.
I don't know that Disney would do that though.
They might not make a sequel out of this one before they do the Incredibles.
That's Pixar. So
this is Disney. That's Pixar.
there are still 2 separate studios, even though Disney owns them all. So
Disney owns just about everyone.
yeah.
Disney took over the world, but they're doing a good job. I think
Disney owns Star
Doing
Wars.
a good job taking over.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing pretty good. I think this. I mean,
Incredibles.
that's not a pretty list, but
All overdue.
I think you're gonna do a good job with Star Wars. My personal opinion. I think you will.
And the last movie that I've seen this year is The Hobbit: Battle of the Five Armies.
We're gonna have to talk about that right now because Chris hasn't seen it.
No.
Nah,
We're seeing it on Christmas Day, so
so we might talk about it next time.
That
yeah. We can do like a full movie review, go through it, talk about that.
I was planning
book, possibly. Yeah.
We'll talk about it after the podcast. But yeah, definitely gotta do something like that. Okay, so went through all of the top 10 best 2014 movies that I've seen. These guys didn't want to put a list together, so I had to go with my stuff.
Well, I couldn't come up with that many movies. So
10.
I think,
Okay, so
it sounds like
3, man,
to me it sounds like we can go off of maybe one list a week kind of thing because it may take a long time to get through everybody's list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so all of these all of the 2014 movies I've seen, this is my top 10 worst 2014 movies.
Okay.
Going from the beginning of the year to now. First up is Ride Along with Ice Cube and Kevin James. Kevin Hart.
Oh no, I would not list that as
It got
Put it
a
at the bottom 10 of the top 10.
it got
put it in the bottom 10.
a 4 star from me out of 10.
it was
Amusing.
amusing. Oh, we'll call it amusing.
Amusing, yeah.
I don't know if I would put it in the bottom 10 though. Definitely not a top 10 film. I don't know if I would put it.
Like I said,
10.
this isn't from top to bottom. This is just going from the beginning of the year to now.
Yeah.
So it's not in order.
So
of
it was in the bottom of the beginning of the year. So
Yeah.
And then we have it was interesting film. I like that they brought in God damn it! You're gonna have to go on to the Morpheus. Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence, thank you. Perry White. Perry White, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that they brought him. He had a good bout with Kevin Hart. I like that scene.
Kevin Hart he's an enjoyable. He has his lines. He has his lines where he's really funny, but then other times it's just like it's Kevin Hart playing Kevin Hart again.
Yeah.
So
I haven't seen him in too many things besides this, but it was all right.
Yeah. Okay. Next movie.
The next movie I saw that was pretty bad was I, Frankenstein. Oh,
fell asleep.
Don't ever watch that.
I saw previews and that was done. That's it.
Yeah, I saw previews. I think I waited until it came out because it's not really my
previews
type.
say a lot for me sometimes. I mean, that one just kind of that's not.
But then again, I don't usually go to the theater if the movie is 90 minutes or under. Usually.
Yeah. For me, that movie right there, it was.
It was a bad portrayal of the actual character.
It's one of those movies that's along the lines of Van Helsing, Underworld, stuff like that. If you're gonna do a movie along those lines, you better be up to par with Van Helsing. I mean, I'm talking about Hugh Jackman Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Underworld, I'm talking about the first Underworld. I'm not talking about the sequels. I'm talking about the first Underworld movie. But if you want to make a movie like that, well, you better be on par.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to see these repeat movies or anything. You're telling the same story that they just told, just with a different character. Let's do something different. I mean, using it as the Frankenstein character, that is a little bit original. But
and Aaron Eckhart,
I'm not an Aaron Eckhart fan when it comes to action flicks.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
And
Two-Face.
Two-Face was pretty good.
He was pretty good as Two-Face. So I was like, I enjoyed that.
But him as Frankenstein, he did not look like Frankenstein.
No.
When I imagine Frankenstein, I imagine like mangled up character, having all sorts of different sized body parts.
He had a jacket. He had a trench coat.
Yeah,
and he just looked like he was a regular guy with a bit of scarring on there.
In the face,
I would say Aaron Eckhart, stick with chick flicks.
Yes.
No Reservations was your movie. There you go.
I liked No Reservations. That was
good job in that movie.
Yes, he did.
So,
I will admit I liked that movie as a chick flick.
I watched it for the food.
I love food movies. I love food movies. There was one top 10 best movie that I couldn't put on here because it pushed it to 11. Chef. Jon Favreau's Chef. Have you seen that?
No.
Have you heard of it?
No, I have not.
Whoa! It is Jon Favreau's best movie, I think. It's
outside of Iron Man?
Yes, outside of Iron Man. It's a Sundance Film Festival type of movie.
You know what? I have heard of it. I have heard of it.
He actually drove a food truck from point A to point B in the movie and actually delivered food from the truck to people in the movie. So they were actually eating food from the movie.
I have heard of that. I did see a preview for that one.
I think I gave it like a 8.5 or a 9. It was definitely a good movie. Made me hungry.
Accomplished its purpose.
Yes, it did. So after I, Frankenstein, Transcendence came out, which was Johnny Depp's latest movie.
I did not watch that one. It didn't.
Don't ever watch that movie. I almost fell asleep twice in it. I don't fall asleep during movies. Even bad movies, I don't fall asleep in.
You do that regardless, though.
Hey, but see, look, I fell asleep in movies that were really bad. Honestly, I fell asleep in Transformers the 3. I fell asleep in that movie.
Come on.
All the explosions and stuff?
It was not that great. It was terrible.
It was better than number 2.
That's true. But I mean,
nothing is better than number 2.
Anything is better than number 2.
Almost everything is better than number 2.
Transformers 2 was the worst movie ever. I hated it.
Anything's better than Megan Fox.
Okay. But anyway, like,
don't ever
see what bothers me with Johnny Depp though. I think he can make some really excellent movies. Is when they try to put him somewhere that he can't fit the character.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like I just can't see him. Like he can't play like in a Batman movie. He just can't do. He can't be in a Batman movie. You know,
Unless
that's
he's
my
one of
example.
his
but-
quirky
Well,
characters.
I would actually
You know what?
I would actually put Johnny Depp. If we're talking about Johnny Depp here, right?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Johnny Depp.
I would put Johnny Depp in a Batman film playing the Riddler.
You know
I
what?
was
Hey,
thinking
you know
that.
what?
It's like some sort
I
of
take
a-
back my comment. That actually will work out really well.
But you
That
like
probably
Batman.
would work really well, except
he's
for the
weird.
fact that Jim Carrey said he wouldn't mind coming back as the Riddler.
We are not going to talk about the Tim Burton films.
No, I'm
or
saying
anything
he.
like that. So
Yeah, I'm saying moving forward, but
Of course
that
it
was a
would.
rumor.
I would prefer to see somebody else play the Riddler because
Yeah.
those movies were just a joke. I mean, they were entertaining back then because
They're entertaining.
but
they
they're
weren't good.
entertaining. But now we're going more towards a Dark Knight type,
Mhm.
Frank Miller-esque
Yes.
series and stuff.
Batman,
you know,
Dark Knight Returns.
Grant Morrison, Frank Miller. That's
Jeff
where
Johns,
we're going
yeah,
more
yeah.
towards.
I think they messed it up with Ben
So-
Affleck, but that's just my opinion.
You really had to be Ben Affleck.
Well, Ben Affleck kills everything. Okay, so
No, you gotta
he's
watch
killing
the
this.
movie.
He's killing this conversation.
You gotta watch
Let's
it
stop
first
talking about Ben
and
Affleck.
then judge it.
We are talking about horrible things right now. So, but
There's supposed to be top 10 movies of 2014. Top worst movies of 2014. Okay, so after Transcendence, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out.
I haven't seen it yet,
but
but I heard it was good.
Watch
You
it
had
once.
I would've
Watch
had
it
that
twice.
as The first.
Watch it 2 times. You watch it 2 times.
Okay, I'll watch it twice.
It was a decent movie for being a sequel to a reboot.
what I would say about the movie, Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, great chemistry,
Perfect chemistry.
played their characters perfectly.
Plus their
Great
dating outside of the movie.
Great
Either.
Spider-Man. I mean,
Best Spider. Well,
great Spider-Man as far as being the
best humorific Spider-Man
character
in
in
the
the
first
comics,
few
yeah.
movies.
Yeah, I think that's
being like a little smart aleck
Yeah.
kid or whatever.
Love the costume.
Pulled it off well. The costume in the second movie way better than the costume in the first movie.
Yes.
Chemistry was great. I thought they did a great job acting.
But
But
there always has to be a
storyline-
but.
The
The rest of the
storyline
movie.
was horrible.
It's
The
horrible.
forced friendship between
Him and Harry.
him and Harry was basically like you only have a few scenes with them, maybe 2 or 3 scenes with them together, and then we're supposed to believe that they're best friends.
And I think James Franco and
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire had a better
friendship.
Peter
That was
Parker
that
and
was
Harry
yes,
relationship
Yes, that was a
than
better
anything else.
Harry
else.
Peter Parker relationship there. They pulled that off way better than say Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst pulled off the Peter Parker Mary Jane
Yeah.
or Mary Jane Spider-Man thing.
Sorry, this Spider-Man was
I
terrible.
think that one worked.
Spider-Man.
It did not work.
Spider-Man
as well.
number 2
It-
was
it-
good.
It did
Yeah.
not work as
But-
well as Emma Stone and Andrew
Yeah, I
Garfield
think theirs
Yes.
is better, but
with Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker.
I got 3
That
up.
worked a lot better.
That was terrible. 3 was terrible.
But
Number 3 never happened.
yeah, there is no such thing.
hey, it's in the fireplace.
Yeah,
I'm pulling up
it
burning it.
really is. There's
Yes.
Spider-Man 3 is
Oh my
fireplace
God.
right now.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, Spidey.
Why I got it on Blu-ray?
But the other horrible things about the movie,
They didn't do
you
the.
changed the characters. Why did you change the villains up?
Yeah.
Electro, I did not like the character at all.
Though I think in the comic, his origin
It's
sorta the same?
Similar.
Similar?
But it's not the same. But
Yeah.
again, it's one of the things where here, let's take all of Spider-Man's villains and make them guys that we want to feel sorry for, rather than making them actual villains.
Mhm.
Why can't anybody be bad because they're bad? Why do they have
Like
to be?
Joker.
Why are they all just misunderstood?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just misunderstood.
I
No,
don't
be-
care.
Be
I'm gonna
evil.
beat
there
your
there
butt.
are people in this world that are evil.
Yes.
So let's portray evil people as evil people. Why do we just have to have people that are
They wanted the villains in Amazing Spider-Man 2 to portray Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man 1.
Because Dr. Octopus really...
He's not a villain. He wasn't.
He's never really a villain.
He's not a villain.
Yeah,
he's just misunderstood.
Yeah, that's true to his character. That is true to his character. Yeah. But some of these other characters,
like Green Goblin,
Rhino was a villain. They didn't portray
Rhino. That Dino.
I didn't like Green Goblin.
The Green
Goblin in this movie was horrible. That was some mutated looking freak thing.
Absolutely.
Kind of like you just threw him in there so you can kill Gwen Stacy.
I would have liked if they didn't even bring in Green Goblin until The Amazing Spider-Man 3, but have the Green Goblin be like the comic Ultimate Spider-Man Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Have a big hulking figure with fire and all that, superpowers.
Yeah. The way they portrayed Rhino.
Terrible.
They had. Did you see the drawings, the schematics for the other option of Rhino?
The actual suit, him actually looking like a rhino.
Yeah.
Being mutated into a rhino. Yeah.
I mean, why? Why did you not?
That was much better than this mechanical mess.
And then this forced
That was dumb.
this forced accent by Paul Giamatti. I was just like, what was that?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Oh.
That was, oh man, horrible. Just
Paul, why?
I feel sorry for Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone having to work with that script.
Yeah.
And that director and the writing.
Did you hear that Andrew Garfield even apologized for it or something like that?
Yeah, I did.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Since we are on the subject of Amazing Spider-Man 2, what do you think about all the rumors, such as
Aunt May the movie?
I'm not talking about. We will not talk about. Okay, here are the things. Here are the things we will leave out of the conversation. Aunt May the movie, we'll leave that out. Sinister Six, we'll leave that out.
See her.
We will leave out the Spider-Woman centric movie. We'll leave that one out too.
I almost forgot
all
about
these
that.
female Spider-Woman things. The rumors I am talking about would be the MCU and Sony trying to work out an agreement to get Spider-Man.
Well, they've been doing that for a long time, but
they have been. It seemed like they.
But yes, I know what you're talking about. The rumors.
Yeah.
The rumors.
It seems like that the talks fell apart. Then once everybody found out, once somebody got hacked and everybody found out.
They keep going up and down like a roller coaster.
A lot of people were trying to sign petitions, trying to get this thing going where Spider-Man would be in it again, and then supposedly talks are back on, talks are off. Now it looks like the MCU is just moving on and saying we're not going to do Spider-Man.
I don't think they should even have Spider-Man in this MCU.
It would be interesting to see how they would. In this
MCU, wait until they're done with this whole storyline up to 2020 or whatever, 2025.
I actually think it's going to go beyond that. I really do. I think they're just going to do a continuation of it. Mm-hmm. But if they do get him, I think they would be able to do it right because look at everything they've done so far.
Of course.
But
I would just burst into something like, dude, shut up. Give Spider-Man to Marvel. Let them have him for a few movies. Then get him back.
That's what it looks like. Sony Japan is basically saying, like, the big bosses are basically like,
dude, shut it up. You give a Spider-Man. Marvel, they make good Spider-Man. Then Spider-Man come to you. Everyone love you. You make Spider-Man. Everyone loves Spider-Man.
That was like some weird, like...
I want to be stereotypic.
Can they remake?
It sounds more European.
My person, can they remake? Can they remake Spider-Man 3?
No.
Basically, but
no, I know
you mean Spider-Man 3 or an Amazing
Spider-Man? Why would they not
3?
remake that one?
What it looks like, Andrew Garfield is not signed on for another Spider-Man movie.
I've heard rumors
it looks like they're dropping him.
I've heard rumors that Marvel would drop him, and Sony.
Looks like both Sony and Marvel are going to drop him now.
Why are they dropping him?
Basically because he had an issue. He was having a beef with Sony. So
and I can understand why.
It was horrible. It was written horribly, directed horribly.
Of course.
That was a waste of time.
It really was. I mean, so you're
I
just
could
gonna
do a
end-
better Spider-Man 2
You're
movie.
gonna end these Spider-Man movies
Anybody.
right here with Gwen dying, and well, I guess you can leave them off like that. I mean, it kind of is a conclusion. Okay, she dies. He mourns her death.
I
and
would
then
have
he
liked
comes
it.
back as Spider-Man after he sees his kid or whatever, you know. So I guess you can see ending it there because they never did introduce Mary Jane or anything like that. So
Which is nice.
which is fine because but
I would have liked it if they had the third movie where they killed Gwen Stacy. Keep
yeah,
it a bit
and
longer.
then you can answer all the questions about his father and all this other
Yeah.
stuff. But I was not invested in seeing what his father was up to or anything because I
Me
thought
either.
this was just some made up garbage that I'm just like, what is this? You know,
Yeah.
really. I see you're trying to push the Sinister Six and all this stuff. And
If they
everything,
wanted
so-
to do a good Sinister Six movie, build it up over 3 or 4 movies. Don't portray the Sinister Six as the good guys fighting Spider-Man like they were wanting
they're gonna try and push it like a Suicide Squad type
to.
thing.
Yeah,
So
where
I mean,
Spider-Man's
even
the bad
DC's over
guy.
here trying to push their Suicide Squad. Here, let's sign all these huge actors and make a Suicide Squad.
Hey,
So-
I thought we weren't going to talk about DC for another year or two.
That's true. We're just talking about things that are upsetting.
Wow, we went on Spider-Man for a long time.
It's true because Spider-Man is
It
one
was-
of those
it was
debated
a-
movies.
movies there.
That was
It
like
was a
one of
pretty
the
bad
first.
movie.
It
Though
was-
I do own it on Blu-ray, it was a pretty bad movie.
yeah, I mean, I don't own it yet. I do.
I got it off of a deal from Walmart.
Black Friday
Yeah,
for
I got it off a deal from Walmart.
$6.
Free ticket.
I mean, I may end up getting it, but you know, again, Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone.
Best couple ever.
One
On
of the
and off the
best.
screen.
Yeah, but other than that, the movie was.
Yeah. It was barely watchable, somewhat watchable.
Yeah.
I'll say somewhat watchable.
Yeah.
Okay, so, wow. After The Amazing Spider-Man 2, we have one of the worst Disney movies that I've ever heard of, Maleficent.
No, disagree. That was a good movie.
I did not see it. I've heard nothing but good reviews for it.
I-
So, what do you think?
What I think about the movie was good. I think it had a good story of the beginning. I think they were trying to do something there.
That's because you went with your wife.
No, it was
That's a low blow.
It's a low blow. Low blow.
Wow, man.
Low blow.
Hey, they did not portray her as a villain from the original movie.
They didn't. She was good in the beginning, and then she got her wings cut off. If you've seen the movie,
Yeah.
and she got all pissed off. So she goes into that little kingdom, and then he becomes the king, and then it becomes a big. Okay, now there's a big beef in the movie. They show kind of like what trans into the beef, the situation that happened to make her dislike this king.
Yeah.
So I think at first there was a relationship in the movie, and it goes into of course the Sleeping Beauty and all this, all the going on. It just adds a continuous. I think.
Okay.
That's my
I still
opinion.
didn't like it. But
Yeah,
okay.
don't come on,
Yeah,
man. Tell
I
me
respect.
wrong.
No, I
Tell me
respect
he's
your
wrong,
opinion,
man.
but
Yeah.
I still didn't like it because that's my opinion.
No,
Yeah,
it's
your
part of your
opinion, I
it's
like
part of
it.
your worst ones, and I
Yeah.
think I can see where it was not that great, but I think it was still a good movie for what it was, and it showed the darkness of the movie instead of showing like the,
Yeah.
like most those type of movies that they try to show like the good movie and then they show the bad one, like the whole what's that movie that we all this people I think was it I can't remember the movie's name.
What happened in the movie?
There was a what's the name? Thor was in it.
Chris Hemsworth.
The Snow White movie.
Snow White movie. That's
What-
an
Get
example.
some
of
names,
it.
Chris Hemsworth.
Snow White and the
Oh,
Huntsman.
don't worry, guys. I got you there. I got you covered. Okay, guys.
Snow White and the Huntsman. Yeah.
There you go.
Will not be listed as a noob.
Sorry.
Guru of the comic
Oh,
books. Yeah, Snow White and the Huntsman.
That was kind of movies that I didn't like because
That was a horrible movie.
that was
Oh man. That was
yeah.
bad.
Those are just bad, and I think the reason why they're bad is because they have a good movie that's not dark and they show like a dark. It's just
Mhm.
why didn't they just do the good movie at first, and then I think that's what I don't know why they just
Honestly, I've heard nothing but good things about Maleficent.
it was good.
I didn't go and see it because I am not an Angelina Jolie fan.
Yeah.
So I'm just
She
like,
did a good
eh.
job though.
But I've heard nothing but good things. I will check it out.
I didn't see it in theaters because it was 90 minutes, or a bit less than 90 minutes. I saw it in DVD, but
You're the guy that wouldn't go to movie theaters because it's 90 minutes.
yeah.
Hey,
I agree.
money's worth.
That's
Standard
what
is that.
Get your money's worth, man.
Sometimes it could be good.
Give them money's worth. 2 hours or more.
So if they make
Or a
Avengers
bit
90
over 2
minutes,
hours.
so if Avengers 90 minutes, you ain't gonna go see that?
DVD. Well,
Come on,
if it's
man.
Avengers 90 minutes, I still go see it. Come on, it's Avengers.
Yeah.
Avengers is not going to be 90 minutes.
Doesn't mean
No,
at least-
No.
I'm saying.
No,
However,
That's
I still
standard.
want to see John. I still want to see Whedon's 5-hour Avenger movie. Because originally he had a script that would have been like 5 hours. Still want to see that movie.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's what
Man,
I've heard.
Sit down. My butt would be so asleep.
Why? I'd just go to one of those theaters where you get one of those recliners and just lay there.
Hey,
I'm
Blanket
not
it
gonna
all.
Sleep, man.
That's
That would
right,
be
man.
like-
I just watch it at the Alamo Draft House. Food, come to me.
Well, that's the iPic theaters down in Austin.
Yeah.
So,
it's good. One we went to for Cecilia. That was pretty good.
you bunch of fools went there without me.
No, the one we went to for when we proposed.
What movie was that?
We saw.
Hey, you don't remember, man. Sweet propose.
that was
Oh.
July 4th.
Yeah.
We haven't saw a movie?
Yeah, it was Johnny Depp. It was
Transcendence? No.
No. It wasn't Pirates.
No,
he
Pirates
was an
came out
Indian.
Oh, Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
no wonder I forgot.
Of course.
Hey, he did a good job in that movie, though.
Yeah.
He was playing Johnny Depp.
Well, he did a decent job.
He did a pretty
I
good
didn't
job.
like the movie.
I didn't like. That was last year, wasn't it?
That was last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of those. I mean, out of the Disney movies that fall along those lines, I think that was probably the worst one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies were better than that. John Carter was definitely better than that.
Oh yes, John Carter.
Lone Ranger was a
I-
disappointment.
I still think they could have made John Carter off of $50,000, maybe 100,000. So what, 2 million some?
I really enjoyed that movie. I don't know why people didn't.
Anyways,
That's
after Maleficent came one of the worst movie that I've seen ever in existence, Transformers: Age of Extinction.
You know what?
I
Let me hold up.
I would not call that the worst movie.
The worst Transformers movie.
Nah, not even
Transformers 2 is worse than number 4.
Yeah.
that.
I think Edge of Extinction had a good action pack, which obviously you already know.
Of course.
That's all he does, explosions.
I thought it was it had a little breath, a very small breath of fresh air by getting rid of Shia LaBeouf and everybody else and bringing in Mark Wahlberg.
But I personally think Shia LaBeouf didn't do a bad job. I think it was the.
I don't think he did. I'm talking about the entire cast.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I personally.
I didn't care for Mark Wahlberg too much, mostly because he had a pecan thing, but that's a little right. But didn't feel like he had a connection with Optimus Prime or the Autobots, because I'm more than Shia LaBeouf and his Sam Witwicky character.
That is true.
Because the Witwickies are the main characters in the
actual
old
series.
Transformers series. Even though the young kid was Spike, but
I think number
Witwickies.
1, Transformers 1, really good movie.
Really good.
Enjoyed it.
Very good.
Number 2,
Very good start.
Number 2, horrible movie.
Absolutely.
Number 3, you're getting
Decent.
back. You're decent.
Yeah.
Number 4,
However,
I'm gonna say number 4 was okay. I'm looking forward. What I'm looking forward to is Michael Bay is now done with Transformers.
thankfully,
So 5 and 6 they do have planned. Mark Wahlberg will be back for 5 and 6.
I really wish.
I want to see what direction they're gonna go.
I'll give it the next 2 movies, but then after that, I really hope they wait like 5-10 years, then reboot the whole thing.
I would say let's wait a little bit, probably a little bit more than 5 years, because I'm tired of them doing reboots.
I think
like,
Extinction
right
was
away.
a good one.
That's why I said 5-10 years, maybe
Yeah.
15 or 20.
I don't think they'll wait that long.
20 man.
By that time, you're not gonna care.
I can do a better chance.
Everything's been rebooted.
That says a lot about
One of the
part-
things I didn't like about Transformers 3 was because they said the plan from the beginning was to bring Cybertron to Earth, but that doesn't apply to, or the storyline. The story doesn't fall back for number 1 and 2 because they didn't mention anything about that.
Yeah, I mean,
that's where it
that
screws
was
up.
a bunch of horrible storytelling.
Yeah. Michael Bay likes his visual effects and explosions. He's not a good
storyteller. You know, I mean, I guess you can't necessarily just blame it on the producer or the director.
At this point, yeah.
You can also blame it on the people who are writing the stories and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you as the director and the producer, you're going to take all the flack and everything. So
yes.
You know, now that he's going to be gone from that series and doing something else, I would like to see what direction they're going to go in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I would like Mark Wahlberg. I want to give him a chance and see what he's going to do with it. I was getting tired of the Shia LaBeouf character.
Yeah.
Because it was just kind of like
whiny.
I mean, not necessarily. I guess I was more tired of his parents and the people that he was with.
I liked in the third movie they only had the parents on for maybe 5-10 minutes of the movie instead.
I would not have minded to watch Josh Duhamel and Tyrese Gibson focus on them.
Yeah.
I would actually like to see that if you say, okay, let's focus on this military type thing and, you know,
I actually wouldn't mind a movie. Of those two as the main actors, and I'm not going Transformers. I mean, just like an army-based movie with those two actors.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty good. Yeah. After Transformers, the two movies that came out on the same day were the Dwayne Johnson Hercules and Scarlett Johansson Lucy.
Didn't watch either one.
Don't watch either one.
I didn't care to watch those. Those were actually looked like it was gonna be stupid.
They were.
I mean, I saw the trailer for Hercules and I was just like, no, that's just the.
Oh, and I think the only reason why I heard that the only reason why they made Dwayne Johnson made the movie because he actually I think he was wanted to be in the movie at one point. I think it was I'm sure who the actor was, but there was that whole who was gonna be the actor of the movie. Mm-hmm. And I guess he was kind of like the pick. So I think he did a good job being, but I think the movie itself...
Of course everyone went to see the movie because it's a Dwayne Johnson movie. Dwayne Johnson movie. But the story was really bad.
It was, I heard he wasn't even a god or anything like that.
It's just a guy made up a story.
Once I heard that, I was just like, I'm not going to watch it. I was going to wait for it to come out on video, and I almost rented it the other day, but I chose to watch something else.
I mean, what did you watch?
Did you see it?
I don't even remember.
Oh.
Did you see it?
Yes, I saw Hercules and Lucy on the same night. So, because I was doing a bit of a movie blog back then, but man, that was tiring.
I bet.
It was long, right? I'm pretty sure
it was long. They were both about 90 to 100-minute movies, I think. But they were bad. I didn't care for Lucy because in the trailers it made it look like it was going to be something else, but something like it, she would be all powerful, pretty super. I don't know. But in the movie it wasn't like that.
Well, at first when I saw the preview, I thought it was showing like the part of. Did she got like a chip in her head or something? That's what it was.
No, she got a special kind of drug in her stomach that got ruptured. Yeah. After that came the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I haven't watched it.
We can skip that one.
I want to skip that.
I think that's
who here watched it? Like
me?
No, I just keep hearing bad things about it.
It was bad.
Don't listen to the bad. It's one of those movies where you gotta watch it for yourself and then judge it, man.
I have not seen the movie.
Okay, well then
it was.
I refuse.
Pretty bad.
I refuse to watch the movie. I was a huge Ninja Turtle fan.
Yes.
Growing up. I mean, that's what I watched. I had the costumes.
We had all toys.
Had the clothing. Had the underwear.
Yep.
I made sure everybody knew about that. But watching the preview and seeing that, guess what? This is another Michael Bay movie with Megan Fox in it.
He's producing it.
He's producing it. So what is it going to be? A bunch of explosions and stuff like that.
It actually wasn't though.
surprisingly,
Actually,
but
it wasn't. So you gotta watch it, man.
no explosions,
But,
but
I mean,
still Michael Bay produced.
You look at the Ninja Turtles, and I mean, they've got some foul-looking faces. I mean, that's nothing. They
The
don't
noses
even look,
and the mouths, the lips.
They don't even look like the Ninja Turtles.
They could have been 19 and still been called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because they're still technically teenagers.
Reason I haven't watched it is because I'm afraid they're gonna burst my bubble of Ninja Turtles and basically what I grew up on and what I loved and everything. I think they're gonna ruin it for me. I mean, I love the old movies.
Oh yeah,
they're cheesy, they're corny, but that's what Ninja Turtles were.
The 2000 some TMNT CGI that was pretty good.
That was a good movie.
That's pretty good. I heard it was supposed to be a continuation off of one of the older movies.
It was a continuation off the movies right there, and they were supposed to bring back Shredder, and it set it up for a sequel. You know, even besides just saying the Ninja Turtles were cheesy and stuff, I should correct myself. Part of them were cheesy and stuff like that. The original comics, the Ninja Turtles actually killed people, and it was an actual
black and white ones. Those are pretty.
It was brutal. It was a pretty brutal comic series. It was actually a legit comic book.
Yeah.
But these movies, I mean, I'm just looking at it. Look, I don't know.
You got to watch it, man. It's not great. It's good. Like they're like the old ones.
I can't get past Megan Fox. Okay.
No one can get past Megan Fox.
I actually think she did pretty good as April O'Neil.
No.
I actually think she like the best actor. I think she did okay as April O'Neil. I mean, she was that reporter trying to.
I think Emma Stone could have made a better April O'Neil.
Maybe I probably would have picked Kate Mara.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because nobody did a bad job. It was a.
But then I also heard that.
But what about Shredder in the giant robot suit? I mean,
it's really not that.
The mech suit, that was horrible.
It's a mech suit. He is never in a mech suit. He's a ninja.
Shredder
is a ninja.
Like, you're gonna have to watch the movie. It's not as big as what. It's not as big as what they made it look like in the preview.
I don't have it. I mean, I could rent it, but
my personal opinion is what Christian said. He is a ninja.
And he is
not a robot.
They
have They have a 5-minute scene of him beating the crap out of foot mercenaries.
He snaps them up with you got to watch.
And they're not foot ninjas. They're foot mercenaries.
But his chin.
See, I didn't like the whole mercenaries thing either. I'm like, from the previews, I'm looking at these guys shooting them with machine guns.
Who are these guys? They're not foot
and everything. I'm like, what is this? This isn't Foot Clan. They're ninjas. But for me, watching the preview and seeing him in the giant mech suit, it takes me back to the Wolverine, where Silver Samurai was a giant mech. I'm like, what was that?
They had the actual suit for Silver Samurai. The suit looked amazing.
Awesome. I was so excited in the preview.
We're not talking about the mech suit. We're talking about the actual samurai suit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Even the mech suit looked like the actual samurai suit.
It did. It did.
But it was a mech.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this garbage?
They could have had. Great, we're going back to X-Men.
Yeah, really. Let's stop reverting back to these old movies and stuff like that.
But like the Turtles.
Anyways,
we'll agree on this.
And I did hear that it is confirmed that Bebop and Rocksteady are coming in.
I did hear they're coming for the second movie. Let's agree. Let's
agree to disagree.
Let's say. Well, we won't agree to disagree. Let's agree to watch. We'll all watch this movie and then we'll go and talk about it because I can't list it as a
best or worst.
Best or worst
until you see it.
Because me and the ones who watched it,
I'm just leery about watching the movie. That's all,
I don't even want to watch it again.
Like I said, it's not like it's some amazing.
Hey, you were not a fanboy like me.
Yes, I was.
No, you weren't.
Yeah,
I
used to watch
the pizza.
Come on.
Did you have the clothing? Did you have the underwear? Did you have the pajamas? Did you have the toys?
Yes, I did.
Cowabunga, dude.
Like I said, I thought.
How did it portray Splinter? The master, Master Splinter. How did they portray him?
You're just gonna have to watch it.
Yeah.
It's like
no. If you can't make him.
It's just like they just look different, but it's like they're the exact
We'll watch
same
it
turtles.
Later. Well, we can
watch
it later. But
maybe we'll watch it tonight.
Yeah,
maybe
I
keep looking at it.
Once we're done with this, we
could watch it tonight. Watch it with our pizza.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, that makes sense.
If it's horrible, they do have the other movies on Netflix. You can watch those.
It's not horrible. It's just
true.
There we go.
They're the exact same turtles. They just look foul.
They
Like,
look
They
jacked
look
up.
giant. They look
like
like
the chemistry
they
and
look
everything
like
is the exact
bunch
same.
of tall basketball players.
I-
man.
Well,
They do. They do.
It's
Especially
why-
Mikey. Especially Mikey.
Space Jam? Like, when they all touch the ball.
Why?
There you go. That
Why?
is a great
Space
movie.
Jam Ninja
Space
Turtles.
Jam. Yes.
That's a great
That
movie.
was
That's what they look like they all touched the basketball and got like overboard.
like they were way too like the actual original. They're short. They're
Yeah,
like
they're
5
dudes.
foot dudes,
Yeah.
and here we go with this like 7 footers. Like what happened?
But no, you're gonna have to
I'm gonna have to watch this for
The
myself, but I
previews
know I'm
make
gonna be
them
so
look-
upset.
Anyways,
like.
let's finish up my top worst, my 10 worst 2014.
Hopefully it's not something
Last
like,
one, the
This
last
is a
movie that
3-hour
I saw,
podcast.
last movie that I saw that I thought was pretty bad, but
We're gonna have to
Fairly
keep a timer on this thing.
Yeah, let's wrap it up, man.
Dracula Untold.
I don't know. I don't
You
care.
ever said your worst? I heard it was a good movie. I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I mean,
It
a lot of
was-
your movies I haven't seen.
It's a decent movie. It wasn't
Yeah.
good. It's not good enough to be put as a best movie, but it's watchable.
it's
Well,
watchable. You can see.
I'd give it a 7.5, a 7.5, but it's not in my best movies. So, it's a pretty decent
We
movie.
should-
Luke Evans is a good
yeah.
actor.
What we should do, for our, say like for our top movies, we should have like a top movies, bottom movies, and then in betweeners.
Yes.
Yeah, in tweeners.
That would be good. So yeah, finally off 2014. Let's move into anticipated and not anticipated movies of 2015.
2015 most anticipated movie.
Fast and the Furious 7.
Yes.
There we go.
I
Okay.
look forward to that because it's the last one.
I wouldn't. Well, no, they're gonna actually.
No, they're
continue
keep
with
going.
it.
They're
They
gonna
are,
keep going.
Yeah,
But
they're
it's
gonna
the
keep
last one that they had
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker in.
It's the last one Paul Walker's gonna be in.
going.
May
Yeah,
rest in
I look
peace.
forward to it.
Well, it's pretty
He
much
was never a
your
good actor.
list.
But it was a good movie.
Yeah, let's just
Most-
go for this.
Most anticipated movie, 2015, Age of Ultron
Yes.
is the most
Definitely.
anticipated movie for 2015.
Yeah, that looks like a good movie. I think I would like seeing that.
I wouldn't list any of the other ones as the most anticipated movie. I would say that is hands down the most anticipated movie.
That's the most anticipated Marvel movie of 2015.
I would say movie overall.
Jurassic World.
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
that looks
But
like
then we
that
can
was
go
awesome.
say the movies after that would be Jurassic World.
Jurassic World.
Actually, let's
Fast 7.
let's do this. I'll list my
this should go off
I'll
this
list
list.
my
We're pretty much
My-
naming everything off that.
anticipated, and then we'll go on who wants to talk about what. Okay, so these are in order of release dates. So next up we have Taken 3, the final Taken movie. Looks
Well-
pretty good.
Yeah.
Then we have Kingsman, the Secret Service, Furious 7, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Jurassic World, Terminator Genesis, Disney, Jon Favreau's Disney Jungle Book movie, live action, the Peanuts movie, the newest James Bond, 007 Spectre, and then Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Oh man. Oh.
We got a lot of good
Oh.
movies this year, or next year.
What is the most anticipated movie of 2015?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Is it The Force Awakens or is it Age of Ultron?
That is the debate.
That is the debate of the. That is the debate of the
Well,
decade.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Let's
want to
keep
see
with
what they
those
do
two.
with it though.
Actually,
Because
I would say for the diehard fans, it might even be Age of Ultron, Jurassic World, maybe Terminator Genesis. I said maybe.
Yeah.
And then Force Awakens. So-
Let's talk about Terminator real quick so we can get that one out of the way.
Please, because I don't think it's gonna be great.
Neither
Hey.
do I.
We can bump
I
that out.
think it's gonna be pretty
We can
good
bump
because
that
they're
out
gonna
to
reboot.
3.
They're gonna get rid
Yeah,
of.
it's all being rebooted. I liked Terminator Salvation.
Nah.
I liked Christian Bale as John Carter. I mean, John Connor. Excuse me.
John Carter.
Yeah, we're going
We're
back
on
to
the
John
back
Carter
to John
again.
Carter again.
John Connor. I liked that one, and I liked them bringing in what's his name?
Kyle Reese, the guy who played Kyle Reese. No. Him.
The robot.
Just name characters.
Or
no name.
the
Arnold
dude who was
Schwarzenegger?
like the dude who was half
The dude who was the
Terminator and half
dude,
human.
Stop calling us noobs, YouTube.
I'm just wondering. I can't remember the name of the character in the movie.
Siri, look up Terminator Salvation.
But no, I liked him, and I liked that whole storyline.
You like? Yeah, I get it.
I enjoyed it, and I was hoping that they would do a sequel onto that, but I guess it didn't do that well.
Mm-hmm.
I was interested in that, but with this new movie,
It's gonna go back to number 1 and 2.
I like the casting of Sarah Connor as
a younger Sarah Connor, yeah.
Well, what's her name? Khaleesi from Game of Thrones. I can't remember her name. I'm blanking on her name. But
I just heard it yesterday.
I mean, good actress.
Yeah.
I like to see her as Sarah Connor. I like to see what she does with the role. I am not a fan of Jay Courtney as Kyle Reese. I know a lot of people are his fan of him right now. I did not like him in the Spartacus series. I did not like him in the Die Hard sequel.
Yeah, that was who it is.
I'm not a big fan of his.
Nah, me either. And it is, we are getting a much younger Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be.
That is the one thing I am looking forward to, though, in that series, or in the movie, is
Sarah Connor.
Yeah, is to see how they redo her and how they basically reinvent her.
They're gonna
with that, you know.
Definitely looks like they're going to make her more of a
Emilia Clarke. That's who it is. Emilia Clarke.
Okay.
I would like to see what they do with her and do with the Sarah Connor.
They're making her more action packed than they did in the first movie.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily looking forward to seeing what's his name?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, no, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger would be good, but I'm talking about Jason Clarke as John Connor.
Oh. Well,
from Planet of the Apes and stuff. I liked Christian Bale as John Connor.
I really don't care that too much about the actors who play John Connor, because the guy changes every movie. It's basically who knows how many years since Terminator Terminator Salvation, probably. It could even be before, or could it be before, after? Who knows how many years it's been?
Yeah, it is a reboot, so it is. I do want to see what they do with the Sarah Connor character.
It's basically going to be Star Trek all over again, or Abrams' Star Trek.
I would like to see it because I like to if it's anything like the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Which I have not seen. I've heard they are really good.
Really good series. I'm disappointed that it did not last beyond 2.5 seasons, whatever it was. I enjoyed the series while it lasted, but and again it ended prematurely. So, now that one's out of the way, I don't know if it's necessarily. I could say it's a looked forward to, but I wouldn't put it in the most anticipated. I would actually say I anticipate Mad Max more than I do Terminator.
Is that on your list?
No. I saw the second trailer. I'm not really looking forward to it, mostly because I don't really know what it is. I've never really seen the original trailers.
You need to see the first one, then.
I've never really seen the original movies.
Yeah, the original ones, Road Warrior, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Mel Gibson movies.
Okay.
Decent movies. The first one really gritty for when it first came out. Mad Max. Basically, it's post-apocalyptic. I think they're in Australia.
Yeah.
Where it's Australia post-apocalyptic.
That's where Mel Gibson's from, actually. So it was a good transition in that.
Really?
Yeah. He's from Australia.
Basically, what happens is it's basically a gang rapes his wife and then kills her and stuff, and then he basically goes after him and kills them all, kind of thing. Then later on, he's basically just this mad dude riding around in cars and stuff, and it's an action flick. It's 80s action flicks.
Yeah.
That's what they are. I'm interested to see what Tom Hardy does with it. I like him. I like him as an actor.
Yes, really he's a good actor.
Very, very diverse actor. I mean, watching him in so many movies. Dark Knight Rises.
And
I enjoyed the Bane character. I enjoyed the Tom Hardy Bane character.
And he's going to be in the new cinematic universe too.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I liked him in that. I liked him in
I heard he was really good in Locke.
Inception. He was really good in Inception.
That's a good movie.
Lawless. He's good in Lawless. He's good in what is this? Him and his brother are fighting each other. They're in the MMA.
The Fighter?
Warrior?
The Warrior. He was good in The Warrior. I mean, I enjoy him as an actor. Mm-hmm. I really like to see what he's going to do in that role. So okay. I'm really, that's one of my most look forward to movies.
Okay. Definitely have to see it when it comes out. I'm definitely going to see it when it comes out, or soon thereafter, but yeah. So we had what was it? Age of Ultron, Jurassic World, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. So.
What do you want to talk about?
I could talk. Well, let's save the two most anticipated.
We'll take those at the end.
Yeah. So let's go for Jurassic World.
I look forward to seeing all of the Jurassic Parks.
Yeah. I definitely will see that.
Yeah. I have to kind of finish what I saw before. I think that's where it's like, this is awesome. Let's finish it off. You know.
I am.
You could watch 1, 3, and then go straight into 4.
I will say the third movie of Jurassic Park was not that great, but the dinosaur part was cool.
I really enjoyed number 2.
The acting, number 2 was good, but
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in a long time.
You have to see it. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't like the first 2. You know what I mean? Like it was missing something in the third one.
I'm just talking about number 2.
Oh,
I was saying number 2 was really good. Yeah. Number 3 was okay.
It missed something in there.
I mean, from I think it's gonna be like somewhat 15, 20 years.
I like that they have changed the characters and that they're not going back to the old characters. If they brought any of the old characters back, I would have preferred to see Jeff Goldblum's character come back. But I would not want to see Dr. Grant come back. I thought
it'd be nice if they could reference.
They probably will reference them. I was glad. I felt that they pretty much closed the story in number 3.
Yeah.
I didn't see any point in him coming back. I am really pleased with the leading actors in this movie.
Especially Chris
Pratt. You got Chris Pratt and then Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
I'm really actually looking forward to both of them in that movie.
Yes. I think Chris Pratt leading the pack of velociraptors.
I mean, Chris Pratt after
Guardians of the
Galaxy is basically going into major stardom here, and I mean, here's your next action hero. And
he went from a pudgy guy on Parks and Rec.
Boom,
ain't that funny? Star.
Like he was like this funny character in his Parks and Rec show, and like next thing you know, he's like making Galaxy, and then now it's like those actors they can fit both roles. He can be funny, and he can be an action-packed movie. That's a good actor.
Yeah, in
my opinion.
I'm really interested and intrigued by Jurassic World to see them actually. Yeah. Well, guess what? We actually went through and made a theme park. Mm-hmm. I mean, after the first 3 movies, you're thinking there is no way. I mean, everybody knew they had multiple islands, but it refers to the multiple islands in the books.
Okay.
But the way the movies were done, it basically looked like you would never in your wildest dreams think that they would still go through and make a theme park.
Especially after what they've gone through.
Yeah, I mean, where did they end up taking in the second movie? They took them to what city was that? Was it? No, I don't think it was New York. I think it was San Francisco.
It was somewhere in California.
I think it was the West Coast.
One of the bigger cities.
I thought it was the West Coast that they took them to. I haven't seen that movie in forever. Here I am saying that I love that movie, but I haven't seen it in forever. I can't remember what city they took him to. But I'm really looking forward to that movie and seeing what they do with it.
Especially with
what I am happy about is that it's not going to be a completely CGI movie, but
Yes.
they are going
They are
with this
bringing back
animatronics.
some animatronics, yes.
I am really looking forward to that. I'm tired of these nothing but CGI movies. So
I'm looking forward to seeing how Chris Pratt will be in a serious role. Because Guardians of the Galaxy, straight off funny and somewhat serious.
Yeah.
This one, he's going to be pretty serious.
No, I think Galaxy he was funny and a little bit emotional because of his mom.
Yeah.
So he had the emotion part that he did really well. Like he was still kind of missing his. I think in this movie it might be a different role. I think it'd be good.
Mhm.
I think it would be a good movie because the transition of the other movie he went in.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be good. I look forward to it. That's my expecting what's gonna happen.
I really hope they don't show us that abomination dinosaur that they told us about in the trailers.
Oh, the one that comes out and he said shark.
No,
That was awesome.
no, that was actually pretty
the
cool.
genetically mutated or genetically created new dinosaur that they talked about in the trailer. I hope they don't ever show that in the trailer. I hope they save it for the movie.
Oh yeah, like a
I
surprise.
think
Yeah.
That would be cool.
They'd be surprised, and also if they ain't gonna do a sequel, which they probably will. If they do, it'd be great, and they can continue on with the.
We'll actually have to. We'll see if this actually deserves a sequel or not. I don't know if it should, but who knows?
They probably will. I think they'll
They
continue with it.
probably
It's a
will.
popular franchise.
Definitely.
I mean,
Yeah, I think it'd be a really good transition to make another one.
Yeah. So, Avengers: Age of Ultron.
I look
yeah,
forward to
yeah,
that.
we were holding that
So,
to the
yeah,
end.
it's
We were
gonna
holding
be
that to
That's
the end.
exciting. That's exciting.
It's gonna be the best.
What?
Well,
Fine.
Fast 7.
Oh.
We must
okay.
talk about Fast 7.
Forgot about that one.
Okay,
Dang,
I got
never.
really
Yeah.
something to say about. It's gonna be. I think they're getting a little bit away from the racing scene, and this one I think they're getting more to getting to the mission.
This
I
one,
think it's
this
really
one
good
they're
that
bringing
part.
back the race.
Yeah.
This one they're bringing back the races.
It's mixing in, but I think the last one, the 6, was kind of like. I think 6 was more the mission.
I've
I think they were
actually enjoyed each of the last few films. I mean, I enjoy all of the films.
yeah.
I think they all fit well together, except for Tokyo Drift. That does not
Because
exist.
that came
was
out.
terrible.
That was a premature movie.
Yeah, Tokyo Drift does not exist. I mean, even though they show
it
Han,
exists,
even though Han's
but
in it,
it's not in the correct timeline.
it's like a different universe.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Earth
I never enjoyed that movie. I mean, Bow Wow's a horrible actor, so just whatever. But I was looking forward to this movie. I was looking forward to Fast 7 when Fast 6 ended, and you see basically Han dies, and it's like,
Jason
well, what are we
Statham,
gonna do? And then all of a sudden, Jason Statham pops out, and everybody's like. It's like I didn't know there were any. I didn't hear about any spoilers or anything for
No.
that. I was like, whoa,
Whoa! This was intentional.
I was like, Jason Statham. I was like, wow.
Yes.
I mean,
And he's
They're finally bringing
This-
him
this
up
is-
from B-rated movies.
And this is his
I
role,
enjoy
though.
his B-rated movies.
They're-
But,
His B-rated movies are pretty good,
This-
but I'm saying they're finally
this is-
bringing up into A-level material.
I think
Yeah.
this is Satan's good movie. I think he's gonna be great because he fits that role.
I really hope so.
And-
With the car scene, you seen
Yeah.
Death Race?
Yes.
I mean, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
For my person, that was
Yeah.
good. The whole
Has anyone
the
seen
cars.
the sequel to it, Death Race 2?
I don't think it was good.
watched a little bit of it. Just
Don't watch that.
turn it off.
Yeah.
He's not in it, so it doesn't really
It's
have
terrible.
anything to do with him.
Okay, I didn't know. But yeah, I've seen the first one.
It was
Real
good.
good.
I'm really looking forward to this movie. I mean, Dwayne Johnson, of course.
Of course.
Teaming
Yeah,
up
he's
with
gotta
Vin
go to
Diesel.
work.
Looks like it could be. I think they set it up really well in this last movie. But then, of course, looking forward to seeing what Paul Walker's
The
last.
cars, man. The cars gonna be awesome.
Cars, yes.
The cars
Yeah.
they're using are great.
Yes, I am really interested to see how they're going to end Paul Walker's character. Because
Yeah.
everyone knows he's going to die in this movie. We just need to find out how.
No, they actually confirm that they are not going to kill the character off.
Well,
the
he's
producers and the directors.
This is going to be the
they're-
end of his character.
Yeah, so they're not going to kill his character off. He's not going to die. They're
Gonna
basically
retire?
going to retire his character, which I see is fitting.
Yeah,
it
Because of what
basically
already
honors him
yeah,
that
honors
way.
The fact that he
Because they
died.
already tried to retire in 5.
Yeah. Because I see it as being okay. Let's honor this character, but let's also honor him as a person,
Mm-hmm.
as an actor. But I see it fitting that here, let's retire him and have him go on to basically let him live a family life and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think that's a fitting into this character, especially with the way how he tragically died.
yeah, the way he died was real sad.
Yeah.
He's not. You're not an actual race car driver, man.
Yeah.
No, it was his friend driving.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he was in the car, and he was giving him like, this is how this car drives, basically. And they, crashed. And the guy was a professional driver. It was a sad ending there.
I've heard it two ways, so that's
it was like hey, come on, let's go drive this car and test drive it.
Yeah. But
yeah, definitely one of my most anticipated movies.
yeah, definitely. And let's see, what other movies we got coming out?
Let's see, we got Taken 3, Kingsman: The Secret Service.
I sort of look forward to that.
Spectre.
Spectre, yes, the new James Bond movie.
I am really looking forward to Skyfall. I think Skyfall was the best.
Skyfall was good.
We have Quantum of Solace. No, we have sorry.
Casino Royale.
Casino Royale, Skyfall, then Spectre. Because Quantum of Solace doesn't exist.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
That was a good movie.
I didn't like it.
What did you think, Quantum of Solace?
It was good.
I really liked Quantum of Solace.
I just like Skyfall was probably my favorite. And all
I thought
James
Skyfall
Bond
was
it was
probably
definitely
the
my
best one
favorite.
he
Yeah,
did.
all James
I
Bond.
love the intro theme. That was great. Adele.
Adele, thank you. Yeah, Adele. Perfect person to do his theme song. I hope they pick up Adele to do the Spectre theme song also. The best theme song out of any.
Yes.
I mean, just going off of the theme song, I think that is the best theme song of any movie ever. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anybody else has come up with. I mean, not even the Rocky movies have better theme songs than that. I mean, everybody knows "Eye of the Tiger" is a great theme song, but
Yeah.
I'm saying Skyfall was probably the best. I mean, you can just play that on the radio any day, and people will be like,
Yeah.
"It should make it into the
Skyfall.
top 10 all the time." But I'm really looking forward.
I think it even won an award.
Yeah, it did. It
Yeah.
did. It was the best theme song. They won an Academy Award and everything for that. I'm really looking forward to the sequel to Skyfall, Spectre, because of how they set it up.
Yeah. Now we're going
You
into
got Moneypenny. You have
Classic
M's
Bond.
in it. I mean, all the classic characters are now back to what they were, and they're all back.
And we're bringing back or so I've heard, we're bringing back a classic villain or a classic organization villain.
Yep. So
I look forward to that.
I'm really looking forward to that. I want to see what they're gonna do
Mm-hmm.
with that. I mean, because this James Bond hasn't really been very techy or anything like that.
We've just started.
It would be interesting to see him using some more of that technology. I like how he's a real brutal, gritty James Bond, but I would also like to see him, I want to see how they're going to bring that in. I mean, director Mendes, great director,
Yes.
Sam Mendes. I want to see what he does with this movie. I thought he did. I thought Skyfall was movie of the year when it came out. It really was. It was a great movie.
It was pretty good.
I'm looking forward to this one. I mean, I'm really looking forward to Spectre.
Yeah, me too.
And it's not gonna upset us because we already know how Skyfall was. It was really good how it ended. I think it's just one of those continues. It's gonna be great.
I really hope they keep Daniel Craig for as long as they can. I don't want to see another actor portray him for a while.
I don't mind Daniel Craig getting old or anything like that. I think
if they want to end this series off with a bang, they should end it like him actually getting killed or something, and then they can reboot it or whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, Skyfall was definitely one of the best James Bond movies ever.
Yeah, I think all the time. I think all the James Bond you've seen. I mean, just Sean Connery did the classics, but more time.
Especially in the movie when they actually had that bit with the classic theme song too.
Yeah.
When he was driving out with that old car, going to his childhood home.
And I think the car scenes are just great. I mean, just
the classic character you're talking about, Hinks, will be played by Batista.
Yes.
Dave Batista. Talking about his acting skills in one of the movies of the year,
Finally got to get a classic Bond villain.
I would like to see how he's going to perform in this one because again, he's with another really good director.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully he'll play off of Batista's strengths and stuff, and we'll see how he.
James Gunn, give him a few tips.
How he goes in that. So
yeah, hopefully good tips there.
Yeah.
I don't think Batista's not a great actor. I think he can do okay.
Mm-hmm.
He did pretty good in Galaxy. So.
Okay, so let's see. Talk about that. Taken 3, Kingsman, Disney's, Jon Favreau's Disney's Jungle Book live action movie, Peanuts. Yeah. Heard anything about any of those?
I mean, Jungle Book. They've already done a live action Jungle Book. Lena Headey talking about Terminator, Sarah Connor Chronicles, Game of Thrones. Lena Headey, she played the lead female role in that Jungle Book movie. That movie's probably it's almost 20 years old now.
Yeah.
So it's still fresh in my mind. So is the Jungle Book cartoon.
Here we're actually going to have pretty big actors. We got Idris Elba, got, who is it? I think Benedict Cumberbatch is in it. I think.
That would be interesting to see, but
let's see.
I don't know that I'm necessarily looking forward to Jungle Book.
I thought it was pretty interesting because they are doing a Jungle Book Origins, or I think it's Warner Brothers or Sony is doing that in the year after, 2 years after. They pushed it back a whole year.
Yeah. The Jungle Book, Scarlett Johansson, Idris Elba, Bill Murray, Christopher Walken, Ben Kingsley.
That's it. Yeah.
I know it's a bunch of big name actors and stuff, but it doesn't make a good movie. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, Jon Favreau, he is a pretty decent director. He's good, but I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So, want to talk about Peanuts?
I did not know about that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Wow.
I've never really been a big Peanuts fan. I like the comic strip. I never was a big fan of the animated
cartoon stuff.
Cartoons.
I just think it's gonna be a really good, clean family movie.
It's well, I've heard it's going back to the roots, going family friendly. It is going to be a bit modern. They're doing a 3D style animation, but it's going to be hardcore family friendly.
Okay, yeah, because I'm not sure about it. Me just hearing about it now, I haven't seen any previews or anything, but I'm kind of skeptical right now until I see a preview or something because
I'll definitely show you the previews afterwards.
You look at movies like the Smurfs,
horrible,
and all these other ones that come out, classic cartoons and everything, and it's just you just ruin them. Alvin and the Chipmunks, I know they have a sequel for that coming out again at the end of 2015. Horrible movies. I mean, it's just like, oh, here, let's make this animated thing in this real life world, live action world. Just make it an animated movie. And
yeah, that's what we're getting.
Don't just.
Yeah, we're not doing for the Peanuts. They're not doing live action mixed with animated. They're going pure 3D animation.
Okay, we'll see about that. I know they're even doing a Paddington Bear. I don't know how many y'all are familiar with Paddington Bear, but
I've seen the previews. Pretty interesting.
But it's like again, it's a animated thing into a live action.
It's a CGI.
Yeah, I mean it's a CGI, but I don't know. We'll see.
Colin Firth was supposed to voice Paddington Bear, but he dropped out because he said his voice wasn't the right fit for him, which I actually agree with.
Yeah. We'll see.
But Colin Firth is actually one of the side main actors in Kingsman: The Secret Service, which is supposed to be a British intelligence spy sort of movie. They recruit young troubled teenagers out of jail and whatnot.
It reminds me of like a James Bond type movie.
It's supposed to kind of have that feel of James Bond. They got Samuel L. Jackson in there playing the villain. He has a lift.
As long as it's not another teen movie. I mean, I'm tired of teen movies.
Well, it has teens in the movie.
I'm tired of the Hunger Games. I'm tired of the Maze. I'm tired of Divergent. I'm tired of these hyped up teen movies with these little teen angst problems and everything, you know?
Yeah.
Give me some actual movies. Don't go and saying these movies are great and these writings are great and these books are great when you're trying to say this is a novel when it's only like a 4th grade reading level. I'm tired of this. You know, Where's the real stuff?
Yeah. Let's see. So
I haven't seen a preview for that one. I'll have to check that out. I just hope it's not.
It looks pretty interesting, even though it's going to be in February.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to do it as a teen movie, make it a funny teen movie. Let's go with Cody Banks.
That was a good teen movie.
I enjoyed that because it was funny. It wasn't one of these teen angst movies where it's just like.
I don't think Kingsman will be a teen movie. I think it'll have teens in them. I think it'll just be like a regular action flick movie, not a Divergent kind of movie.
It's not going to be one of these jumper things where Samuel L. Jackson's in there as the villain and, you know.
No, I think he's actually going to be a
legit
pretty
villain.
Pretty good villain. I don't really know the plot too much, but it kind of looks like take over the world or something. Make the world better for humankind or something like that. But you seen any previews for Taken 3?
Yes.
I think it's going to be better than Taken 2.
Taken 2 was okay.
It was okay, yes. I agree with that.
I enjoy it as an action flick. I mean, it's going back.
I think it's eventually going to end though.
This is going to be the last
back
one.
to like those 80s action flicks where the movies were not good movies.
Mm-hmm.
They're entertaining. I don't think this movie's necessary. The Taken movies are necessarily like, okay, this is going to be a series. It's an action flick. It is what it is. So I think basically they're trying to. The Taken series, it's a moneymaker. People enjoy them. So I think that's what they're doing. I don't expect the story to be great. It looks like his wife dies. Looks like he's going out for revenge. I mean, that sucks. They just got back together.
Yeah, this is supposed to be somewhere. This is supposed to be in the U.S. now.
Yeah, but it looks like,
CIA or whatnot.
It may look like one of those red type things. Here we're going to list you as, retired, extremely dangerous kind of thing. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to me. I'm going to watch it. Definitely it is one of my most look forward to ones. I enjoy Liam Hemsworth. I watch most of his movies, so.
It actually comes out in 2 weeks.
Oh, really? That soon? Oh, wow.
January 9th.
Okay.
Yeah. I definitely love it. Well, let me see. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. For me, I really think you just have to watch Taken 1 and 2 the same day as the same movie, just in 2 different parts. Because it really isn't that far apart from the time frame.
No.
I think. Yeah. I really am interested to see what they're going to do in this final Taken movie.
Yeah, I think it's kind of gonna hit that ending part.
I think it will be a final. I don't think they'll go.
I heard that this is going to be the final Taken movie.
Yeah. Because, well, you're running out of options.
Yeah.
Yeah, they already took
Liam Hemsworth, what are you gonna do?
Unless he gets taken. I mean,
he already got taken.
Well, he did get taken, but
it's like one of those like, okay, well, how far can they go with this? Transit to someone else's story and make it the same movie, but you can't change.
Taken in space.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to end it though. I think this is just gotta end.
Yeah.
Because there's no other person you're gonna put in the story. I mean, he only has the daughter and the wife, and she died. So I mean, like, now he has a cousin or uncle or some kind of family member. Where you're gonna get somebody in his family.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be the last one.
Yeah, I think this is it. It's gonna be good though.
Finally, we get to the 2 good movies: Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Would that be it?
And Star Wars.
I think those are the 2.
Actually, before that, I'll just run through the movies I'm not looking forward to next year.
Yeah, let's go for the not looking forward to movies real quick.
We can maybe say 1 or 2 quick things about those, and then go into the last 2 finally. So the ones I'm not looking forward to are Johnny Depp's Mordecai, Project Almanac, Seventh Son. Definitely not looking forward to 50 Shades of Grey. Chappie, Disney's live-action Cinderella movie. I actually put the new Mad Max as not anticipated, but now I might change my opinion.
You gotta see the old ones. That way you understand.
I'll definitely look at the old ones. The new Pan movie, the new Peter Pan movie that's coming out live action. It's supposed to be kind of like an origin movie.
Yeah. It's an origin of both Peter Pan and Hook.
Mm-hmm. definitely not looking forward to the Fantastic Four reboot. And
No.
final
I didn't care for
is The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. Didn't even see the first one. I don't care for the Hunger Games movies. They just got worse and worse and more predictable.
Nah, hey, hold on. The second one was I've seen. First and second
I saw
one.
the second one in theaters maybe like the week it was gonna go out. I could see every move before they even made it. I haven't even read the books.
Now, reading the books, I think I was told that it's better for you to read the books because I think what people got confused with was because the actual book shows more what's actually going on. So it's actually more of a darker side to the movie. Like, I mean, the movie's kind of giving you kind of a lukewarm look at what the book actually shows. It's a really sad book. Like, there's actually really, like, a lot of death happens in the book. Like, you know, like the character, I think, the lady, you forget her name, the one that played the main actor. Forgot her name.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, she in the book and the character, like it's like a betrayal happens and stuff like that happened in the book.
Yeah.
So I think the movie is kind of showing you a little bit what the book actually goes by. So I think reading the books might be the
Just skip the books.
Yeah.
Just skip the books, skip the movie.
I haven't read the books.
The books.
I think it was not a bad movie.
I tried. It's like a 4th grade reading level. I mean,
it was not bad.
It's not intuitive. It's nothing where it's like it doesn't just grab you. It's not like but all these people are like, oh, they're such great books, and then you try to read them, and it's just like, man, I was reading The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings at 10 years old, and now you expect me to read this, and
those were better than this.
I mean,
yeah,
way better.
Yeah.
Those are actual novels.
Yeah.
And they're trying to call these novels or whatever, and some great writing. Please. My little brother and stuff can write better than that, and he's, 10?
11.
So out of this list, what are you guys not looking forward to?
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, most definitely.
I did not look for that. It looks dumb.
I mean,
actually, you know what? You'd be surprised if it's good.
I would watch any of those movies on your list of not looking forward to before I would watch Fantastic Four, outside of 50 Shades of Grey.
Outside of 50 Shades of Grey,
Outside of 50 Shades of Grey, I would watch any of those movies before I would watch the Fantastic Four. Reason being, they just messed up the origin story completely.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion on doing comic book movies is we as comic book fans want to see the actual character and how the character is written in their origin stories.
We want to see a good portrayal of the character.
Yeah, because this is canon. This is what we have come to know and love. We want to see this on the big screen. We don't want to see your interpretation of it or whatever. We want you to take this out of here and put it on here. It's like the first of its kind.
Mm-hmm.
Take it and do it, and then after that, then you can go reboot it and do whatever you want. But I'm saying, I know there were already a first couple Fantastic Four movies, but they were kind of garbage too.
Yeah.
So nobody really liked them. Silver Surfer one was complete garbage. I mean, except for Doom. Doom was the best thing out of both those movies. Now that Doom is completely...
He's a techie nerd.
Messed up, and they're messing up his origin
Domashef is going to be his last name.
You know, like some little computer hacker blogger, computer blogger who goes by Doom.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
ruins it.
It's garbage. You have ruined the best villain in the Marvel universe.
Yes.
Or any comic universe, even out of the DC universe, I would say out of any comic universe, Dr. Doom is the villain.
Definitely.
And you just completely ruin that. And then, of course, we can go on and talk about, the relationship between the twins and stuff like that. But I'm not going to go there or touch that.
And then the Thing's new look.
Yeah, I heard his new look. I haven't seen any kind of photos from him, but I heard it was different than actual.
From what I've seen, it looks gray.
Yeah, and from the rumors, they're wanting to say, okay, this is supposed to be a grounded in reality type. You know what?
Who cares?
None of us want our comic books grounded in reality. We want to escape this reality that's why we like movies and why we like comics and stuff like that, because it's a different world. Take us to that world where it's science fiction. Take us to the Guardians of the Galaxy. That's why it did so well, was because it was a different world.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want stuff that's grounded in our world. I'm like, well, I'm living in it right now. Why do I want to go somewhere and watch it? Really.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah. I mean, I thought he did a good job.
He did a good job, but
that was the Dark Knight series. That's what the Dark Knight series, the comic series is. It's grounded like that. So I understood that. But for the Fantastic Four,
they're supposed to be fantastic.
You cannot ground the Fantastic Four in reality. None of their stories, I mean, from any of the villains, they fight the Skrulls, they fight Doctor Doom. I mean, they fight aliens.
Yes.
I mean, that's not grounded in reality.
Fight Skrulls. I think they fight Kree. No, they don't fight Kree. I don't think. Mm-hmm. Fight the Mole Man.
Yeah, so you're looking at this stuff here that's basically out of this world that's not grounded in reality. Let's not ground it in reality. Let's make it fantastic.
And did you hear that they're not going to be calling, not Dimension X, that's Ninja Turtles, the Negative Zone, they're not going to be calling Negative Zone, they're calling it like the End Dimension or something like that.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be where they get their powers, not a cosmic cloud.
I'm not worried about it. But I'm actually looking forward to. I want to see what Disney does with the live-action Cinderella movie. I've only seen the one trailer of it, the teaser.
I don't know. I've seen the original. That's not for me.
Well, the original. Well, you do have a few different takes on Cinderella. You have the original cartoon Cinderella. You have Ever After, which was a really good movie. And then you just have a few here and there. I would like to see what they're going to do with this, because we just saw all these different takes on, say, Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
And even, say, Snow White.
Yeah.
You had the different takes on Snow White. I would like to see what they're going to do with Cinderella. If they're going to change anything up or whatever, I'd like to see it. Because, these are all like Grimm Brothers stories and stuff like that and everything. I'd like to see the kind of things that they do with it.
All right, I think we got to start wrapping this up, so let's get on to our most two anticipated movies. Avengers Age of Ultron and Star Wars.
I just ready to pay for the tickets. That's all I'm doing.
Give me take my money.
I'm just ready
take my money.
To see the whole.
I would take that back for what I just said. I think the Star Wars, I might kind of want it. I'll have to wait. I don't know. That's debatable for me. But I think the what's called the Avenger one, that looks really awesome. So that's probably worth my money at this moment. That's my personal opinion.
How long has it been since episode 3?
What we should talk about is Star Wars first.
Yeah, I think it's Star Wars.
I mean, there is that little lingering in the back of your mind that, these last 3 movies were not that good.
I think that's going to be my most anticipated movie of 2015, because prequels were horrible. And we haven't gotten a good Star Wars movie since Episode 6 or Return of the Jedi. And the Avengers, sure, they're coming out. They're always going to be coming out. But this we haven't seen in forever. I mean,
I think that might be one of those.
I'm really looking forward to it, especially with the original cast returning.
Yeah.
Going back to they're using animatronics and stuff like that. I don't know if you can necessarily call it animatronics though, because they're using live props and stuff like that rather than just using, again, all the CG and everything that was in these prequels, which I think kind of ruined it a little bit. And then, of course, George Lucas is not directing or anything or writing or anything like that, which I think he really ruined it again. So I would like to see what J.J. Abrams is going to do.
I'm really glad that they brought someone who's an adamant Star Wars fan come in and do a Star Wars movie. Because I've heard that he's more of a Star Wars fan than he is a Star Trek fan, even though he likes both of them about equal.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what they do with all these characters who, like, are Han and Leia going to have kids? Did
I hope so.
Luke ever get with Mara? I mean, what are they going to do? Because they
all
said
those
that they're
stuff
going
aren't canon anymore, so
they
we'll
said
see.
it's no longer canon. So
Yeah.
I wonder what are they going to do with it.
Who knows? Really looking forward to see what they're going to do with the new lightsabers, because got that hilt lightsaber.
You know, that to me looked like a legit villain.
Yes.
These last two movies.
Say what?
What's
Oh,
that?
the last two movies.
They did not have legit villains. Count Dooku, I did not take him seriously whatsoever. I mean,
Good actor, but bad villain.
Christopher Lee's a good actor. I mean, playing Saruman.
Oh yeah, I think
There you
you'll
go. But
like Saruman a bit better in The Hobbit. Little. Better.
yeah, but
Get a bit more.
as
of it.
Count Dooku, I mean, I did not take that villain seriously. I was not intimidated. I mean, Darth Vader was intimidating. Darth Maul was intimidating.
Yeah.
But then we go on and we have these next two villains, Count Dooku and General Grievous. I was not intimidated whatsoever. I didn't think that, oh man, these guys are legit villains. So, the first scene with him just like being all hunched over and stuff, I mean, being a Star Wars fan and reading like some of the old Star Wars books and playing KOTOR games and stuff like that, you see like, even going back to the past, Exar Kun. Exar Kun kills Frida Nad to become the Sith Lord.
Yeah.
But before he kills him, he's actually all burned and everything. He becomes hunched over and stuff. That's what it reminds me of. Seeing this dude hunched over and then turning on his lightsaber. I'm like, man, this guy may be really jacked up or something, you know? I mean, this guy could be really evil.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of my thought.
I'm really hoping that for like a spin-off movie or spin-off movie series, Disney will actually consider going back into the Knights of the Old Republic or Old Republic storyline, because sure, the games aren't canon, but you can definitely pull the story out of the game.
I agree with you. I would love to see Revan, Malik, all of them, the Mandalorian Wars.
Yes.
Even before then, I would like to see, again, Exar Kun, Frida Nad, Kay Keldroma. I would love to see all of those in a movie. I mean, great writing.
Yeah.
Great storylines. Don't just stick with this little universe right here and start doing spin-offs of this universe. No, let's think bigger than that.
Yeah,
let's
I've played
these
some
huge wars and everything. I mean,
I played some of the Knights of the Old Republic type of games, the MMORPGs. Those are pretty fun.
Great storylines.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to see them start doing it.
The CGI cinematic clips, those are beautiful.
In fact, they have Harrison Ford come back. He is 100 years old, and I think he's going to be a great...
I hear the rumor is that they actually might kill him off in this.
You think so?
I think so, because he really does not like Han Solo.
Really?
That's what I've heard. I heard that he's actually spoken saying he did not like Han Solo. He likes Indiana Jones better than Han Solo.
Well, he did a really good job.
Those are great characters, but my favorite character out of the movies is Han Solo. I mean,
everyone else likes Han Solo.
Han Solo, he kind of made it happen.
I would love to see Han Solo again. You know, just going back to watching Han Solo, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker. I mean, they're old as, they're old as can be, but I would enjoy seeing that. I'm really looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing, especially
even the new characters.
Yeah, like John Boyega in the first part of the trailer was in a stormtrooper outfit.
The only thing I didn't like about that trailer was how he popped up. Like at the very beginning of the trailer, you're spanning the desert.
Of course, it's Tatooine.
And then all of a sudden, this dude pops up and he's just like all sweaty and everything. The first thing it reminded me of was Spaceballs. I was sitting there, I'm thinking, okay,
come the desert.
Okay, is this a joke? The way he pops up and the look on his face. I would not have started the trailer out like that. I would have put it like later in the trailer because I thought it was a joke at first. I was like, what is this? Is this like some Saturday Night Live, some SNL skit, or is this like a Spaceballs thing? But
you know what? Do you like the What do you think of the design for the new Stormtrooper helmets?
I like it. It didn't deviate too much from the originals.
Really doesn't.
I'll look at it again.
It's just a few years. It's just a few years into the future, so maybe
About
20 years.
20 years, I think. It's gonna be
honestly,
real life years, but
yeah. See, so honestly, I don't see it changing that much. So I like what they did with it, rather than say like.
I like when we got that clip of the girl on that scooter on the USB port drive, like whoa, 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 whoa. I'm like, yes, I'm in Star Wars. I'm in classic territory.
Yeah. Seeing
the R2D2 type droid ball.
I mean, even seeing the X-wings and stuff like that.
Oh yes.
I mean, if you look at the planet looks a little bit different than what most planets we've seen. I mean, there's water, mountains, a bunch of trees. I am really hoping we may see Yavin 4.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Luke is supposed to be leading. I'm going to be guessing that Luke is the Jedi Master and that he set up the temple and
we're hoping, yeah.
So I'm hoping maybe that's Yavin 4. I don't know. Because it's a densely
might be Endor. Who knows?
Forested area. I don't know if it'll be Endor or not. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping maybe it's
hoping we get more planets.
Yeah, I'm hoping let's bring in Yavin 4 and stuff like that. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Wait, what? Yavin 4 was the planet in front of the secret base in the first Star Wars movie, right?
No.
Or Episode 4?
No. It's in the other universe.
Oh.
It's basically in the books afterwards.
The legends.
It's the temples.
Okay.
On Yavin 4, so.
All right, well, let's wrap it up with Age of Ultron then.
Man.
The big debate right now is Quicksilver.
Who picks up Thor's hammer?
Captain America budges it.
I saw a budge. I'm hoping.
Whoa.
I'm hoping they actually have him pick it up. I'm hoping he actually picks it up a bit.
Of course he's gonna budge it. Captain America is one of the few people who can, other than Thor, who can actually pick up the hammer.
Okay, in the comics series, there have only been a handful of people who have actually picked up the hammer of Thor. Captain America does it twice. Beta Ray Bill does it.
Yeah. And then he gets Storm
Hercules does it once. Who else? Oh, I can't remember. There's a handful of people. Some people want to say Thor, the Frog of Thunder. Some people say it's not necessarily Thor, but yes, it was Thor.
He was turned into a frog, you idiots.
And he did pick up the hammer.
Did Doom ever do it?
But
I thought Doom did.
No.
No?
Wait. Maybe he did.
I thought he did.
I'll have to look that up. I think maybe he did.
Yeah, dude, it makes sense.
I remember somewhere that it shows he did.
Beyond his powers.
Who knows?
I know, man. If you can kill the Beyonder, you better be able to pick up that hammer.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was, I liked that in the trailer where they're showing them all try to pick it up and stuff, and
then Scarlett Johansson's like, oh no, I don't even.
And both Tony Stark and Rhodey.
I like that they're bringing
trying to pick it up, and they both got their
represent, man, represent.
Both got them on. They're both sitting there struggling, trying to pick it up together.
I really hope that we actually have War Machine in Avengers 2. That'd be pretty nice.
I believe he is. It looks like he is.
Not actually Rhodey, but
War Machine. Yeah,
War Machine,
it looks like they're gonna actually use him a bit more, and Hawkeye are gonna be getting some more screen time in it.
To be honest, I don't really care for Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye.
I don't know, because he really wasn't in the first Avengers movie.
He really wasn't. So. He was more a mind-controlled character.
This one's more mind-controlled.
I like Jeremy Renner as an actor.
If he becomes mind-controlled again, I'm gonna...
But I would like to see what they're going to do with him. I think they're going to stretch him and use him a little bit more in it. But Quicksilver.
I'm hesitant because it was Taylor Johnson, I think.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron Taylor Johnson is playing him. I'm not a big fan of his acting, but we'll see. I liked the X-Men Days of Future Past Quicksilver.
I hated the X-Men Days of Future Past Quicksilver because he was nothing like Quicksilver.
None of these characters are going to be exactly like Quicksilver.
the Quicksilver in the MCU in Age of Ultron, they have the look down. He looks a lot more like Quicksilver, and I believe he's going to act a lot more like Quicksilver. The X-Men one was just completely. They basically threw out the book and said, "Oh, here's this dude who can run really quick. Here's this little illegitimate child. Oh, take a guess. It's Magneto's kid."
Of course.
But it's
Back
like,
on X-Men.
It's like this little slob running around who's like, "Oh yeah." But to me, I couldn't take the character seriously. It was just, I was like,
I don't think you're supposed to take him seriously.
To me, you could have done without the character. He
Probably,
just did not fit into it at all. It was just something dumb that you just, oh, here, let me last second throw this character in the movie just because Marvel wants to use the character too. So I'm going to throw him into this movie at the last second and just try and write him in or something. Mm-hmm. And oh, here, let's just make him different so that they know there's a difference between our Quicksilvers. But the way they're setting up this Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch as being Inhumans and setting them up as being experimented on and stuff, I'm actually really looking forward to them and seeing them join the Avengers.
Have you been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
No. Horrible show.
I think it's actually gotten really better.
It better have, because after the first 4 episodes or whatever, I just couldn't watch anymore. So.
You've only seen up to episode 4 of season 1?
I judge early on.
Dude, it's gotten much better since season 2.
It better have gotten better
because they finally bring in the Inhumans. They're bringing in the Inhumans into the Age of Ultron. We got
yeah, I know the Inhumans are coming in. I mean, they're gonna do an Inhumans movie too.
Yeah.
I've seen that they're bringing in what's her name, Mockingbird.
Mockingbird is in Age of Ultron. Not in Avengers.
Of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Dang that. A lot of
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
A numbers.
I'm gonna start watching it again. I just haven't had the time and stuff. I've been busy with my other shows and whatever.
It definitely started to get a lot better after Captain America.
After they stopped messing with the whole Iron Man. Oh, here, all of you guys are infused with this garbage or whatever.
What's the Agent
Ever since Hydra came
Carter?
out,
Is that what it is?
Agent Carter is supposed to be like a 8 or 10 part series. They're not gonna do a full on show. It's not gonna be
It's just a brief.
Yeah, okay. It's a brief reprieve or whatnot.
What do you think about the casting for Scarlet Witch?
In Age of Ultron?
Yeah.
They didn't change her.
No. Olsen.
Oh, Elizabeth Olsen. Elizabeth Olsen?
Yeah.
It's an interesting choice. They use both their characters in Godzilla.
Yeah, I'm
actors.
I'm just saying, her as an actress, light years ahead of her sisters. I've been impressed with her. I was surprised that they actually got her to play to be in the MCU.
She looks like a really good modern Scarlet Witch.
I like the costume. I do.
It's not really much of a costume. It's more.
Well, I hate the original costume. It's just I don't see how you can pull that off in a movie. It's just you can only pull it off in a comic book. But same thing as yellow spandex. Yeah. You can only pull it off in a comic book.
Come on.
But I like the look of the character.
She looks pretty good. Yeah.
She looks good in the trailer and stuff. I think she'll do a good job. I am actually really looking forward to the 2 new characters that they're going to add. See who else? James Spader as Ultron.
James Spader as Ultron. Love the casting choice for that.
I do too. I was kind of leery at first. I was like, I wonder how he's going to do his voice. But then the trailer came out.
You seen the Blacklist?
Voice. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Best TV series I've seen so far.
It is pretty good. It's pretty good.
One of the best, I should say. Yeah.
I want to say the best, but
yeah,
it's pretty good.
I've seen one episode. It's pretty good.
Love him as an actor.
Yeah. Great choice, I think, for the voice. I am actually really looking forward to Ultron. I think they're really going to shake up
the whole universe with this movie here and with Ultron. Because of course with Ultron you're also bringing in basically that's Jarvis, and then
Vision.
you're also bringing in Vision,
which we still have not seen officially.
Yeah, I mean they have a picture of him, basically what he's supposed to look like.
His back,
but it's not an actual photo of him in the movie. So I'm interested in seeing what they do with Vision.
Oh yeah,
and stuff, and Ultron.
Right now we're hearing that Vision is supposed to be created by Ultron, which is kind of true to the comics.
Somewhat, because he is an entity of Jarvis.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm really looking forward to this movie because at the end of this movie it's supposed to lead to the Civil War.
It's supposed to be a whole different cast. Different Avenger cast.
I guess that's why I'm really looking forward to this movie. I think more than Star Wars is because I want to see how they're going to pull all of this off and how they're going to lead into this, because I am excited to see finally you're going to bring in Black Panther. You're going to bring in Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel, whatever you want to call her. The Inhumans. Ant-Man, that wasn't listed as one of the top look forward to movies. I don't know if it will be or not. I mean,
I found it.
I'm
so
interested
they are making
to see.
another Iron Man, of course, right? Is that correct? Or
Rumor is that they're going to make a Iron Man 4, but that's not been confirmed or anything.
It's not confirmed. It's just rumors right now.
I'm interested to see how are you going to bring in Lang rather than having Hank Pym build Ultron. I'm interested in seeing what are you going to do. How is this going to come about rather than having Hank Pym and then Hank Pym being an older man rather than being.
So where's his Thor comes in? Like, where's the whole character with like
Ragnarok?
Thor's
that's
the
what I
next
was
next
questioning.
on is going to be Ragnarok. I mean,
That is going to be.
how are you going to set up Ragnarok?
That is going to be epic.
That is going to be
He's
kind of
got-
interesting.
Because right now we have in Age of Ultron we have Tom Hiddleston supposedly in it, as well as Idris Elba as
Heimdall.
Heimdall. Yeah,
Mhm.
they're supposed to be in it. They weren't supposed to tell us that they were in it, but got leaked. But yeah, and he's gonna be back in Thor Ragnarok, all that. Really interesting. I'm really looking forward to see in Thor Ragnarok where Odin is, because right now Loki is pretending to be Odin. I really want to see where he put Odin.
Yeah.
So when does it come out?
Ragnarok comes out
2016.
the year after.
So the Avengers is coming out.
Next year
Next year is Avengers and Ant-Man.
Yeah. So Age of Ultron and Ant-Man, and then the year after that is
Civil
Captain America:
War,
Civil War
then-
and Thor: Ragnarok.
And then after 2016, we get 3 movies every year.
And basically in 2017 we're gonna get Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Black Panther, and
Captain Marvel, I think.
was it Captain Marvel? I'm thinking it was Captain Marvel.
And then we get let's see, and then I think we get Avengers Infinity War Part
Infinity
1,
War Part
then
1.
the Inhumans, then Infinity War Part 2. I think I'm getting this all right. No, it was
Are we missing a movie?
yes,
There's
we're
a
missing
movie that's
Black Panther.
That's right. I did mention Black Panther is coming out in
Okay.
16.
Okay, yeah.
'Cause I believe 15 or 16. He's coming out in 17, I believe.
Mhm.
I think that's right. I'll have to look that up again.
Yeah, we're basically getting about 9 movies in between now and 2019.
Yeah, and there's a rumor. There is still a rumor that they have an actual scheduled date, but have not announced a movie for that date yet. So they still have a date where they can reserve a release date. So they have a release date that's been reserved.
Where?
It's in a couple years, 2 or 3 years from now, summertime. But it has not been confirmed nor denied that they do have it. It's basically just a rumor.
Well, they can put a release date on any day.
It's true, but the rumor is that people are speculating that it may be Iron Man 4. So
I really don't care if they have an Iron Man 4. They're bringing him in just about.
I just
every
want
movie.
to see Iron Man 4 because I want to see them finish out the Mandarin.
Yeah. Because they did have that.
You did the one shot.
The one shot, which I've heard is canon, but I've heard it's not canon. So I've heard it both ways.
Yeah, I've heard that it is because they actually put it on the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping
If
that
they do a fourth,
that,
yeah.
and that they would actually do the actual Mandarin.
I wonder if
because
they
that
would.
is Iron Man's villain.
I wonder if they would do the Mandarin and Fin Fang Foom.
I don't know if they'll do Fin Fang Foom. I don't know that he's that popular of a character.
I don't know.
I wouldn't necessarily be like, oh yeah, but he's kind of like,
Minor league.
Yeah. Or the other rumor people are pretty much clamoring for is a Hulk movie. A lot of people want to see World War Hulk.
Because supposedly Hulk is supposed to be is going to be shot off into space at the end of the movie.
Oh, Doctor Strange. That was the movie we were
That's
forgetting.
the one, Doctor Strange. How could I forget Doctor Strange and Benedict
Cumberbatch. Yeah.
Yes.
Been confirmed for Doctor Strange.
Finally.
I'm looking forward to that movie.
Yeah.
Rumor is he will make a cameo in Age of Ultron.
Supposedly, yeah.
I hope that's a true rumor.
So that Voltron movie's come out this year?
Next year.
Next year.
Yeah. Well, basically.
15.
Yeah, 2015.
Yeah, basically this year since it's what?
Yeah, it's basically the end of 2015.
So, yeah. That's gonna be good.
But I look forward to seeing that. But yeah, rumor is that people want to see Hulk in Planet Hulk movie, but
Everyone wants to see a Planet Hulk movie.
that would be interesting. But I would like to see Mark Ruffalo more because he's a great Bruce Banner. And
I think he did a good job.
Yeah,
I want to see him in more
Hulk.
Marvel movies. I don't really care if they bring a
first Hulk
standalone Hulk movie.
yeah.
I don't.
That first Hulk was tragic, man. It was.
Which one?
The first Hulk, just the first movie. Was
You mean
bad?
Eric Bana.
Yeah, it was a horrible movie. Second one,
it was alright.
But I would really enjoy to see, the Bruce Banner character more because I think Mark Ruffalo does a great job as Bruce Banner.
And I think we'll actually get more of him in Age of Ultron.
Yeah, the only thing I would be afraid of is if you do a Planet Hulk movie, we're not going to see Bruce Banner. I mean, you can still pull it off somehow, but I don't know.
Who knows?
I would, like you were saying, I would prefer to see him in multiple movies rather than see him in just a Planet Hulk standalone movie.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we really should start wrapping this up because let's see, we've been at this for 2.5 hours. Wow. We went way over time.
Real people, real
people.
opinions.
Yeah.
hey, we watch movies.
We do. We watch movies. Probably not as much as most people, but we watch them.
I mean, those critics. We can do the same thing they do. They just
We're
watch
movie
movies
reviewers.
Yeah, they get paid for that, and it's like, well, we can do the same.
Yeah. So, thanks everyone for actually spending the time. If you actually stay for the entire 2.5 hours of listening to us, we'll have this up on YouTube and try to get it out on the iTunes. We actually have an iTunes account. So once again, for those of you who forgot, I'm Josh Williamson.
Jay.
John.
Chris.
Tune in next time where we'll be actually discussing the entire Hobbit movie series. So that'll be fun. Bye.